The Odyssey crashed multiple websites. Tickets are going in like hotcakes, and you got to wait weeks before you can even get tickets. That's what people are saying. How true is that? I don't know. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Masters of the Universe. Winston saw it. What's it tracking for now? We're going to talk about Scary Movie. Winston saw that as well. We'll talk about that. I'll talk briefly about Disclosure Day. And we have a lot of other things to discuss. Man, we got some stuff with Jason Statham, a movie called Stole My Bike, which links into the Schmoedown, which also brings me to the controversial topic of the Vault channel. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This movie Meatballs is getting a TV series, and why I think this is important. So we'll discuss that and more on the show here today, this Friday show with myself and Winston A. Marshall. Let's get into it, everybody. It's the show. Here we go. Whee! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show here today on this Friday. Joining me is Winston A. Marshall is here. We are discussing everything in the world of movie news, at least the things we want to talk about, to be honest with you. So Winston, yesterday I didn't have a chance to do the show. I was supposed to do it with Kris. So you actually were able to, I created yesterday's stream and there were some chats that came in. So you're actually going to inherit some of her questions. So there you go. You might actually have a chance, but for people who are like, oh, it stinks to Kris. Kris didn't have to do the show yesterday. I'm still paying her because she moved things around yesterday to do it late. And then by the time I got back from the screening, I had to jump on this call. And I was like, and then Matt Sarah was coming in for an interview. It would have been a 35-minute show. So I was like, you know, Kris, you move stuff around. I'm just going to pay you for today's show. And, you know, so she got to do whatever she's doing. And plus she still gets paid for the show. So don't feel too bad for her as far as the missing out the questions. But Winston will get his questions. But Kevin Smets going to be tough to beat this week unless he had a monumental day on Wednesday. Probably one of the best days we've seen here so far. So, we'll see.
What is it with everybody getting $5,000 super chats, bro?
We'll see. We'll see what happens today. So again, you want Winston to win monetarily. You got to push him over what Kevin Smets did, and that's going to be hard to do. Anyway, we'll give it a shot. So I mean, look, dude, you already have 32 questions, but that's pretty damn good.
That's a pretty good start.
Like I said, I missed the show yesterday. I'll do my kind of quick out of the theater thoughts on. I did 2 out of the theater reactions for Disclosure Day. One that I did on this channel where obviously it pertained more to the movie as a movie, what it was as a movie. And then on the UFO channel, more so if it plays into anything that's going on with actual disclosure, things that might have been in there, those types of things. So if you're interested in the topic, you want to see my take on the UAP side of it, it's up there now. This is a good movie though, dude. It's a good movie.
Okay, that's good to hear because I mean this really felt like what is this anyway? Like kind of coming out of nowhere, no hype behind anything. And like you had said when that last trailer came up, you're like, okay, this actually looks like this might be kind of good. And now you're saying that it lives up to
easily my favorite movie of the summer so far. Easily.
Wow.
Easily. Okay. I mean, there's been nothing else that I really liked. So it was a really good movie. They actually work on characters. They actually and there was a couple of times where there's a few jokes in this movie, right? And I'm like, that's how you do jokes. You do a joke where you care about people, you're invested in the person, and then it doesn't distract from the tension of the scene. It adds to it by a bit because that person's funny, and it was a funny line, and it was situational, and it was real. That worked for me. So I loved that. I really loved the movie, and it really it took me back as like a kid because of John Williams music. And there's just certain times when people are walking around and you know, you hear that music and I almost felt like Indiana Jones-esque. It was pretty crazy. So I enjoyed it very much. I liked it a lot.
I'm happy to hear that, man. I mean, obviously we're 2 weeks away from it because the screening was pretty early. I'm realizing.
Yeah, I saw it early. There's another screening this Monday that comes in. So but I got a chance to check it out early, and that's why I was able to see it, get the review up. And next week is the A24 movie, The Invite, with Seth Rogen, Olivia Wilde's movie, and Toy Story. I'll be seeing next week as well. So those So it's going to be. I mean, this month's pretty stacked.
I mean, well, that's the whole thing. This summer feels very crowded, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because you just mentioned all that. What Masters and Scary Movie just dropped. Odyssey's coming. We're going to talk about that in a second, like you mentioned. I mean, you still got what Supergirl, Spider-Man.
Yep.
You mentioned Toy Story, Moana.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
There's
Jackass.
a lot.
You say Jackass?
Jackass. There's so much this summer.
Yeah, so much. I mean, there really is. And I was even looking through because I was going, and I got my Supergirl screening. That's on the 22nd.
Nice.
So I'll be seeing that on the 22nd. So it's busy. It's busy. So it's good. But you saw Masters, you saw Scary Movie, which was now the embargo is lifted on Scary Movie. I'll probably do my reaction on that. You said something interesting to me.
Both because the previews have happened now.
What's that?
It should be
both
because previews are
definitely. You said something interesting beforehand. You said, in what world was Masters of the Universe a better movie than Scary Movie as far as quality? And I was like, I could have told you that.
I wasn't expecting that at all, man. Just because I know that you find the Scary Movies like meh, one way or the other. I'm just thinking in terms of like for me. If you're talking about full-blown top to bottom movie quality, sure, I'll give you that. But I mean, in terms of like, I am looking for the Wayans and their humor and like what they're spoofing and all that kind of stuff, and really comparing that to what Masters would be as like a full movie. Because like, if you go back and look really at any spoof movie of that kind of stuff, they're not necessarily good movies. It's really just leaning into the humor and the stuff like that. And there were some things in Scary Movie that I laughed hysterically at, and then there's other times that I was like, and I found myself doing that more than I thought I would, and that kind of bummed me out.
I just think that humor is from what they were doing, it was dated, and I was sitting next to a few critics, and we were talking beforehand, and we said over under 17 dick jokes, and everybody had the over, and they hit 17 in like one scene. There was like one particular scene, and there are a few moments that are funny, and I think that here's the one thing. Rocha said this on his Twitter, which I couldn't agree with more. It doesn't matter. This movie's going to be the #1 movie. It's going to crush. It's going to crush in the theater, and there will be a lot of people who absolutely love this movie, love the humor in it, and think it really works. And that really is all that counts for these movies. The humor, the jokes did just not work for me, and they didn't work for the majority of the people that were in my screening. There are a few laughs here and there for sure. But the thing that I think everybody universally said, which I agree with too, it was nice to see everybody back. I liked how they played on everything, where having legacy characters, everyone else, and playing on the things that are really happening in real movies and things of that nature. My funny part, the funniest thing, the stupidest comment I saw was there was a guy who's like, well, if you're far right, you're not going to love this movie because they make fun of Republicans and they make fun of this. So, of course, you're not going to like it. And then 2 seconds later,
everybody.
2 seconds later, of course, you're not going to like this. You're a woke guy. And and it's like, they don't take those, by the way, they don't take as many of those risks as they pretended that they were going to.
I agree with that.
Every joke that they thought that, whether it was anti-woke or anti-right or whatever it was, they're all in the trailer, and they don't really take those big risks like they said they were going to.
I agree with. It is not as full blown as they used to be. Like I look back at even the first 2 Scary Movies, and they really would go for it even harder back then than they do now, because it's just different times. I think that's just that it is what it is.
It just seemed like after 6 movies, how much more can you do? And like the jokes that they were doing, yes, you can spoof different movies, and you can continue to spoof different movies that are out there. But can you do the same jokes inside of those movies and still make them funny? And the answer to me was no. But the answer to someone else watching this might be, I thought it was funny, laughed, I liked it, I dug it.
I mean, look, I will say the stuff that I found funny, I genuinely was dying laughing. So like Kristian, and I won't say what they are, but there's 3 fake movies inside the movie. There's one. early. There's one midway through about something that's going on now, and there's one near the end that is about a movie that came out. All three of those, I shit you not, I was dying laughing, especially when they gave the release dates for each one.
There were bits. There were definitely bits for sure. The funny thing is about the unfortunate part is, and this is why, and I saw Rocha say this, and I don't know if you're going to say this too. The unfortunate part with Masters is everyone's like, "Oh, it's better than it should have been," and it's like, no, that's actually not true. The where it was in the actual lore of what it is, if you really know it from like the 2002, could have really been something very special. What they did, and because this doesn't surprise me, Travis Knight made this format of this really enjoyable. He made it enjoyable. Way too many jokes, destroyed momentum. He had the momentum, which is the problem. He had the momentum and he's building off characters so well, but just sledgehammered some of these things. But the stuff that works really works and looks epic. But I found it overall pretty disappointing. But it's also because I'm pretty I know what it could have been. I know the lore and I know the stuff of what it could have been. And people who are just like, oh, what, I saw Rocha say this. What do you think? And you know, it's based off an 80s toy line. What else could it have been? That's not using imagination all the way through. And I would tell him that on Monday, and I will tell him on Monday when he says
but
that.
I think so. Then maybe this is why I was an interesting control, because I was too young for He-Man. So I
2002, you weren't?
I didn't, but that it wasn't the 2002 iteration wasn't really that big that it was blowing, like not the way it was in the 80s.
No.
So like that's what I'm saying. Fully just over my head. I know Kevin Smith just put out something a couple years ago on Netflix. I saw a little bit of that, and I honestly don't even remember because that was even a continuation. So I was a little confused as things were going. So I really went in as one of those people that's like, I don't know much about He-Man other than like He-Man, he has a sword that helps him transform. His cat's a coward, and then he's got some weird friends that almost look like G.I. Joe on another planet. That's that, and I know Skeletor. That's about all I knew. So for somebody like me that really didn't know anything, I enjoyed the shit out of myself.
Fun way to introduce. It was a fun way for you to be introduced to the world,
and that's what I mean by I think that's what Travis Knight was probably aiming for. I think instead of trying to draw in. Like, because the idea is like they'll just be excited to see He-Man because they loved He-Man. I gotta find a way to get people that give no shits like the feeling to want to go see it, and that's what I got out of it. I came out of it being like, I actually really enjoyed myself. Were there things that could have been done better? Sure, but like we know, I don't get as bent out of shape or dislike as much like the kind of jokey humor in movies like this as you do, because I know like you're pretty.
It's like, not bad. It's not but that's not accurate. It's not that I get been a ship or don't. It's
well, you don't really like Ragnarok, right?
I love Ragnarok.
Okay,
love Ragnarok. I think I love Dungeons and Dragons. It's that's the thing. I see comments like that too. That's completely inaccurate. What I don't like is when you're in a moment, you're developing characters. This is what Ragnarok did well. This is what Dungeons and Dragons did well. This is what Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3 did very well. Is that you set up the characters, you have emotional moments, and then when the time is right, let it marinate for a little bit, then hit a joke, let one person say something in the moment, and move on. When everybody is telling jokes and you are raising the tension and then you hit the tension with a joke right away, that's what I don't like. It has nothing to do with putting humor in movies. Like Marvel does it very well.
I didn't. It wasn't the humor in movies part. I thought, like, for me, the thing that I always hear you say is it's like joke, and it's like, God damn it, like, let me just like have a minute. I can understand that, but I like the only time I can there's two moments in the movie that I can remember that happening. One is like the big heroic speech before you really get fully into Act 3. And then one was
you only remember that happening twice in the whole movie. It happens every 5 minutes.
I mean, there are a lot of jokes, but like where you're cutting tension too much, I feel like there were only two moments where I was like, this wasn't appropriate a little bit.
Stuff with Earth, Skeletor stuff, most of Earth. Earth should have been 3 minutes or not at all. Earth was terrible. The HR scene, oh my God, I wanted to throw myself out the window. There a lot of that stuff, But again, I don't want to take it for like I liked what Travis Knight did with Eternia. I really love what he did. Then the fight scenes were incredible.
Fight scenes were insane.
Oh, they were incredible. That's what got me the most bummed. And I was like, that's what you could have done. That's the whole movie, with some jokes here and there, or give one person, let them be the funny guy. Like it's a perfect example. Mortal Kombat. What's his name? Kano. He's hilarious.
Kano is hilarious.
And look, Johnny Cage says some funny shit here and there, but Kano's the one who is delivering the bombs, right?
Kano is definitely the funniest part of those.
Hilarious. Movies. And like they give him his time and like, okay, we need to disrupt the tension a little bit. Wait. Kano, drop it. Boom. Kano hits it out next to the next moment. Like shit like that. Like I love Kano is great.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is I get why you didn't love the HR scene. And I think the two things for me that like I actually appreciated about it is both I'm a huge Sashir Zameda fan, so she's just great. Anytime I see her, she like has me dying. But I think it did a very good job of setting up in that moment that Adam is like actually a very empathetic like person, which then leads into kind of the ending. It was character development because that was kind of how we got to the end point of like
spoil anything though.
No, I won't. But it gets to the ending of what it gets to the core of his character. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the thing. I'm going to probably do a spoiler review so I can talk a little bit more about it because that's the thing that you wouldn't know. Like Adam wasn't as goofy. He was goofy but he wasn't as goofy. Like all the that's all he's doing for like the first like 15, 20 minutes. I'm scared.
I thought that was the whole thing is that him and Cringer were essentially that cringy. They were just like, oh man, I'm such a coward. But the minute it's like I have the power, now all of a sudden I'm the motherfucking man, dog.
Yeah, there's a lot I want to talk about in the spoilers, but I just don't want to give it away for people. But it's still for what Travis Knight is really good. I really hard for me not to have loved some of the actual fighting scenes and the way Eternia looked at some of these battle Skeletor. And I thought Jared Leto was excellent as Skeletor. Excellent.
Yeah, I did too. It was so funny that like I saw as soon as I got out, I put up or I scheduled it because I don't want to put up my out of the theater reaction at 2 a.m. That was like nobody's gonna watch that right now. So it's out now on my channel if you guys want to see it after the fact. But as I put it up, it then forced somebody else's shorts response to it or whatever up, and she was like, Jared Leto was a cancer. This was fucking terrible. Like why and I was like, really? I thought he was actually really good.
The guy. That's the thing. He's really good in it though. He really is. I love Allison Brie. Her and Morena Baccarin wasted. They were wasted.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, they underused the hell out of Allison Brie. They gave little moments where like you could see her like. Is there a thing where I don't want to
yeah, we'll have a spoiler discussion.
She makes some faces sometimes at He-Man. Is that a thing?
Not really, no.
Okay, because I thought that was hilarious. Just because I didn't think maybe necessarily it was a thing, but she'd be like, and I would be like, oh shit, is he really trying to smash He-Man?
I just felt throughout the movie sometimes that Travis Knight was auditioning for James Gunn. That's what I felt throughout the movie. But anyway, so that's coming out. Unfortunately, also I'll tell you what I am, regardless of how I felt about the humor, I want that movie to make $150 million opening weekend. It won't. It'll barely crack 30. Dude, and I think one of the problems though, dude, is what you said before. I think that you were right in the assessment of they wanted to make sure that people like yourself or other people who went and got to see the movie would find it accessible. The problem is you're seeing it because you want to be informed on it, you want to talk about it. It's tracking to people who know it. It's tracking like the people. That's right. The problem. It's trying. And so, and I don't know how, there might be a lot of people. I'm very curious how hardcore fans of it are going to feel. Mike wasn't a hardcore fan. He loved it. Kalinowski loved it.
You know what I'll say? You know what this feels like, man? I caught the tone immediately. This was literally Boy Barbie. Like, if we're keeping it a buck, like Mattel clearly has a style that they're going for. It felt exactly like Barbie, but instead of going with obviously Barbie's story and what that would be, it was like, he the prince, he gonna fight people. Like, but the tones felt exactly the same. The amount of jokes, the characters you kind of put in, all that. It felt literally if you were holding up just like an alternate universe kind of mirror. And I think that maybe since Mattel has talked about now they want to include a lot more of their toys into these stories, I think that might be part of what's going on.
I think you're right. The problem is this, is that Barbie had a consistent tone from start to finish. Barbie's tone from start to finish was consistent. It didn't blend two different tones. It was one tone. This blends two tones.
I mean, yes, but remember that you had those super serious moments, like the woman that made Barbie and like that whole thing, and the like them crying and stuff like that. Like there was a couple moments like that,
but it didn't shift the tone. The tone was still, it had beats and it still had emotional moments. And from the second Barbie realizes, oh shit, something else is going on here, that is set up from the start to the middle to the end. It's one movie, one tone. This is two tones. There are two tones, and there are two different movies in here. There is that movie of like, because some of these fights are hardcore and violent. Some of them, like there's like deaths and everything, like hardcore fights, like great fight. And then this silly, goofy Barbie tone. Barbie meets Lord of the Rings. Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings with some Guardians humor. Okay. But that wasn't it. But anyway, but look, we'll see what people think. It's coming out. We'll check it out. Did you guys check out Scary Movie? Did you check out Masters of the Universe? Are you going to see Disclosure Day? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. We're going to come back. We get some more stuff to talk about. We'll talk about the Odyssey. The Odyssey was crushing stuff. So let's get into, I want to tell you guys about Liquid IV. I want to tell you about Hims, and then we'll be right back. Summer's coming around. I like taking long walks with the family. There's a lot going on with camps with my family. Tons of stuff. We try to stay active during the summer, especially. So whether you are on the go, staying hydrated, it really is a key to enjoying all the extra sunshine. That's where Liquid IV comes in, man. I always have a packet for me. I have a packet for me when I go to the gym. And especially when we did this like big barbecue the other day, did that. It was getting hot outside. It's just amazing. I like the cotton candy side of it. I like the orange vanilla dream. And it's just refreshing. I really dig it. So just one stick, 16 ounces of water, hydrates faster than water alone. It's got an optimized ratio of electrolytes. It's got essential vitamins and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Now, when you compare it to water, Liquid IV delivers long-lasting hydration, and it retains hydration for up to 4 hours. That's the thing I love about it the most. It's also great because it's backed by a scientific advisory board with world-renowned researchers to conduct clinical research and trials. Got 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So if you want to stay hydrated while you're on the go this summer, do it with Liquid IV. You just tear it, you pour it, you live more. You go to liquidiv.com and you get 20% off your first purchase when you use that code Kristian at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with Kristian at liquidiv.com. I've been talking about them forever. Give it a shot. You will enjoy it. You will feel better. Liquid IV. It's the bomb. Shitter! You don't want to just lose weight, though. You want to look better. You want to feel better. That's why Weight Loss by Hims now offers access to FDA-approved Wegovy and the FDA-approved Wegovy pen. Wegovy is designed to help you lose weight and keep it off so you can stay on track with your goals. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite, eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 for weight loss, so there's no needles needed. Through Hims, everything happens online. You'll connect with a licensed provider who will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is delivered right to your door, no insurance necessary. Now, even better, with a range of affordable GLP-1 options, Hims makes it simple to find a weight loss approach that fits into your world and your wallet if eligible. You'll get a treatment plan personalized to you and unlimited dosage changes as needed. If you're ready to reach your goals, visit hims.com/Kristian to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That is HIMS.com/Kristian. Hims.com/Kristian. Weight Loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. Thank you to Liquid IV. Thank you to Hams. Very excited to have them both on board. If you want to help out this show, you want to support this show, told you, just click on those links, browse around. It helps tremendously. Winston, Sam started her Star Wars journey today on the channel. We started with Andor episodes 1 through 3.
Okay.
Season 1. We just started.
You're not taking her through the original trilogy first?
Nah, no way. Not for her. She'd bail. So taking it all the way through Andor to get to Rogue One, which then leads into the original trilogy. By the time she hates the Empire so much. We finished season 1 already, by the way. She hates the Empire so much already. She hates them. She hasn't met Darth. I'm so jealous that she gets to watch it like this. She's watching and learning about stuff and asking questions. I'm like, dude, like she's going to be so devastated by the end of Rogue One now. And then leading into by the end of Rogue One, then
she doesn't know who Darth Vader is then.
I mean, she knows who he is, but obviously from pop culture.
But she doesn't like, she hasn't
met him yet.
Like it's,
She hasn't met him yet. And she's going to meet him through Rogue One. And
what an interesting in.
Right.
And I bet you probably did it just obviously because since Andor ended recently and is the best Star Wars that's been out in a minute, I'm sure you did that from a standpoint of like that'll catch a little bit more fire potentially on the channel in that order. But like that's such an interesting starting place because then my mind would have, if you're not going to start with the original trilogy, to maybe start with the prequels and work your way timeline wise. But I also understand, even though we have an appreciation for the prequels now, it could still, like, sometimes you could look at it and it'd be a little iffy. Andor might be the best thing that Star Wars has done. I finally watched season 1. I need to watch season 2.
Oh, season 2 is better.
It might be the best thing since Empire.
Oh, easily.
Like by a mile.
Yeah, developed, well written, put together, and she, remember, she's coming off of Game of Thrones, so she's watching this and she's just invested. She's invested in the Mon Mothma stuff and everything too. And like by the time we got to the prison thing, it's funny because when you watch in the first episode, she's like, "No, I'm all right, we'll see." And in episode 2, she's like, "Okay, I want to see where this goes." And by episode 3, she's like, "I'm in."
Well, and that was why I fell off. I feel so bad because I didn't watch Andor for forever. The first 2 episodes, I was like, it's not bad, but like I had so much going on that I just didn't finish. And people kept talking about how good it was, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna come back. It was my Invincible, because if I remember correctly, that's essentially what you did with Invincible. You watched 1 episode and then you didn't watch it for
I watched it, and even when I watched the first episode, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was probably checking my emails because I didn't remember it when I was watching it with Ming. I was like, what the hell is this? So, and it's really good. I like it a lot. He's supposed to come in today, but I don't know if we're going to do it because I have other things I got to do. But the
last thing I was going to say, just that came to me about He-Man that I forgot to say before the break. Idris Elba can do no wrong, bro. Excuse me, Sir Idris Elba can do no wrong. I thought he was absolutely hysterical in the role, and I thought he crushed it, considering he was supposed to be somebody that, So I won't say much more because I don't remember what the character. Masters of the Universe,
I mean, he's always brilliant. I just, again, when it comes to somebody with the lore and how Duncan
is that not how the character really is?
Not by the time, not where in the beginning, not when you meet him again, like what the angle that they gave him. Both him and Nicholas Galzatine took the note that they were given and shot it to the moon.
Nice. Okay.
The note that they took. It's just that for me, that's not how the characters were in especially in the 2002, but definitely not even in the 80s. But anyway, different conversation. As far as the Star Wars stuff goes, Sam is doing the way we're doing it as Andor season 1, season 2, Rogue One, and I saw a couple people in the comments like, "Why are you showing it?" Some moron goes, "I'm unsubscribing. I'm so mad that you're doing it this way." It's like, bye. I would have, even if you didn't unsubscribe, I would have thrown you out for a stupid comment like that. And somebody in the comments said, what do we? Someone's like, if you hear Christian's take on Barbie, he says it's a dumb woman movie. Not that those words have never come out of my mouth. Not once. Find it on the internet where I say that. Like, this is where people have problems with social media. They can just say whatever they want. It's funny because when I watched Barbie the first time, didn't love it. Right. Watched it with Sam recently, appreciated it more, and then watched it with my 8-year-old who really loved it. So I've always said it's a good movie. It just didn't work necessarily for me. And I get it a little bit more. It's gotten better for me it just wasn't aimed for me, but it wasn't for me. But I appreciate it's a good movie, but don't say stuff like that in the comments, because especially I think the person who said it was like a commenter who's it all the time. I'll throw you out. You don't slander. Don't slander.
Well, what it is at this particular point, man, there's two issues, and we've talked about this multiple times, me and you on these shows. I mean, the first part is media literacy is dead. Like, let's keep it a buck. There are a few people at this particular stage in life that actually know how to digest media, and I'm not just talking about movie and TVs like entertainment. I'm talking about news. I'm talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the other part that makes it worse is the social media element of it. Is that you're taking all these people that are now media illiterate, and you're also encouraging them to kind of just throw rage at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what that kind of does. And it's so interesting to watch how things devolve, because you can't even then give a nuanced take anymore, because people immediately jump to, oh, you're racist, or oh, you're a wokey, or oh, you're whatever. And sometimes is that the case? Sure. But like, people are essentially what's the whole saying about like hooves? They just automatically assume it's a zebra. It's like, motherfucker, it's probably a horse. Like, chill out. It's not that serious.
Right. Well, I mean, and that certainly was a case. Good transition to, you know, look at what happened with recently with the Odyssey. And people are like, well, you know what? Casting, that's it. This movie's gonna bomb now. I don't think so, because the Odyssey causes a major ticket frenzy. I said it yesterday. Kevin Smets did one of his games. We're going to post that short in a little bit. I think the Odyssey, someone said it in one of the comments that I'm nuts for saying that the Odyssey is going to make more than Minions. I stick by it. I think the Odyssey is going to be $1 billion movie. I think that it's going to be one of the biggest movies in Christopher Nolan's career as far as box office goes. IMAX tickets for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey went online this morning, and demand has been so high it caused issues across ticketing sites as well as spawned a reseller market. Pre-sales went slightly off course this morning, with wait times lasting for over an hour and crashes in some cases, according to Forbes, AMZ, Fandango. Regal were all impacted initially, but seem to be working again. This evening has also seen movie profiteers, aka scalpers, striking hard. They have now flooded eBay and other resellers with tickets for some screenings going for several $100s. In one case, up $1,500 for one IMAX 7mm showing. That's nuts. That's nuts. Who the hell is paying $1,500? Wait. I mean, listen. Whatever. The film was shot entirely with IMAX cameras, making it one of the most ambitious projects of his career, and is also being pushed as the best way to see the film. More regular non-IMAX tickets for the movies don't go on sale until later, which has created a frenzy for the IMAX tickets for a movie that doesn't open for another 6 weeks. The huge pre-sales have also been effective rebuff for various attempts on X and other spheres to include outrage over Nolan's film. Meanwhile, the official site for the film has been updated to include the movie's trailer, made available in all the different aspect ratios. You can watch the trailer and adjust it, yada, yada, yada. This is why none of that stuff, this is what I talked about recently, right? Where there are clearly, as I mentioned many times, two sides of fandom that is just annoying. Some people will argue which one is worse. You've got the ultra hate people who are just going to hate anything that's their brand. Doesn't matter what, if they'll never say they like the movie, because they can't. If they do, then they've turned on what they built. Then you get the people who love everything, and no matter what, you got to be ultra positive on everything. You love everything. Everything's great, and if you don't like it, that means you're part of the problem, and they lump you into the hate people, right? There's two. It's horrible. But the thing is, when you give cadence standing them is by, if you make a movie bad, if a movie is bad, and these people who don't want to like it, they have all the firepower in the world to say, see, we told you, because you did this, you did that. Nobody cares anymore. Like, look at Mandalorian Grogu. It's bombing, and they have all the ammo that they have, and they can continue to do that because the movie is just not very good. And it's doing poor. Odyssey, they're going to have a harder time with, because they're going to go and they're going to do the thing. They're going to talk about Lupita Nyong'o. They're going to talk about all this stuff. They're going to talk about all these things that even before they see the movie, about what's wrong with it. And if it makes over $1 billion and it crushes in the way that I believe that it will, and it doesn't have that effect, and it's a great movie, they'll come up with things, but it's really just going to fall on deaf ears, because everyone wants to see this movie in IMAX. And it's Christopher Nolan. What has he done that's not been great?
Right.
You know, even
no,
Tenet.
I agree with that. I don't. I don't know a movie of his that I haven't rocked with. The only one
Yeah.
I haven't seen is Dunkirk, just because like I
Oh,
personally I get so burnt out on period pieces that I just
yeah.
it just didn't interest me. And I know I need to eventually go watch it because Nolan is on my Rushmore of directors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not entirely surprised. I just wanted to run a test just to see, like while you were reading the story. Bro, I tried to open up AMC. It sent me to a site called Queue It, and I'm sitting here in a damn line just waiting for this thing. So this is a very real thing. I was curious how they were handling this. That's crazy.
This is not what I was. Come on, what are you doing? Hate is always foolish and love is always wise. Stop it. What I'm talking about is the fact that when you have people who love everything and then they say, you're not, I don't put you as part of this, PLD. I'm talking about people that if you don't, then you're part of the problem and you didn't love the movie and you're an issue and you're part of the hate people or you're this. And of course, that is just as bad. Not, of course, everybody should go. You should always be happy and want movies to do well. And you should always, and if you're like PLD, where you're super happy with anything they give you, gobble, 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 gobble it up, but you're super happy and you're nice to people. I love that. I love PLD. He's one of my favorite people in the world. He loves he will never say anything bad about Star Wars except, oh, I don't think so-and-so should be in it, or I don't think Kinberg should produce it. But he won't ever say anything about the story. He won't. Right. But that's okay. But he doesn't tell me that I'm wrong and that I'm a bad person because I don't feel the way that he does. That's the difference.
And that's exactly why I push back. I mean, we both do, but I really push back when someone says, "Yo, that shit was trash," and I'm like, "What didn't you like about it?" It was just trash. Okay, well then I
no debate, no discussion.
I can't take your opinion seriously because you cannot give me a concrete answer as to why you didn't like something. And then when you also put it in, like, people will immediately jump to the that kind of shit of like, well, they made Helena Troy, Lupita Nyong'o, like blah blah. That's to be the shit instead of being like, hey, I don't actually think that worked because I thought that her acting didn't like really work here. She was trying to go for this. The story was going for that.
You did say something on Rocha's stream though that I don't think you meant to say it. But
what did I say?
You said if you don't find Lupita Nyong'o hot, then you're racist. I was like, that's.
I mean, I kind of like it depends on what you talk about.
If you don't find her hot, then you're racist. I mean
well, no. What I specifically said, because now if we're talking about the language that was used there, I was saying if you actively are out here, you don't have to be like. Let me put it to you this way.
Yeah,
you love Julia Roberts, right? I can acknowledge that she is an attractive woman, but I'm not into her like that at all.
Right.
It's the same thing. There are people that actively were like, because the comment that was made, if you think that Lupita Nyong'o is the most beautiful woman in the world, then you're a fucking lunatic. You're like, that was the comments that were coming out of it. That's an insane thing to say. It's like, I don't find, like, if you had said, I don't find her as the finest woman on the planet, but she's a very, very attractive woman. Sure. Okay, well, guess what? There are a number of women that are attractive and good actors.
I think it's just a matter of how it's said. And what the intent is behind it, because you could also say, yeah, I just don't find her attractive.
But you know what I'm saying? You could still, I think it's one of those things where, like, I'm very straight and I could see a dude be like, hey, that's a good looking dude. I'm not into it, but it's a good looking dude. It's the same thing.
Sydney Sweeney.
There you go. I think that she's an attractive woman. I do not find her attractive personally, but I see what people like might be into. So, like, it is what it is. You can have that acknowledgement. You know what I mean? And that was more what I meant by that particular statement, is to make such a grandiose statement of like, oh, don't she ugly? No, she's not. It's like, you may not find her attractive, but she is not ugly, not even close.
Well, either way, the movie itself is not going to be affected by any controversy, clearly, because there are tickets being sold. Everyone, people. This is my point. What I try to make when people are on social media and think, "Oh, I saw so many of these comments, so many comments where it's like, oh man, Nolan just cost himself the billion, just cost himself, this movie doing well because people are so mad." There is social media is not everything. And the fact that what I brought up in the idea, like twice, was my friend James, who hasn't been in the movie theater since I brought him to Deadpool and Wolverine, said he wants to see the Odyssey. Got to see the Odyssey, no matter what. Got to see that movie. My 14-year-old wants to see the Odyssey. My cousin called me up. So she's 14, he's 25. And my buddy is late 40s. They all everybody wants to see this movie. And they're not on social media, and they don't give a shit about the casting and everything too. They just want to see the movie. So this movie is going to do very, very well, and it's going to be one of the biggest movies of the year.
I mean, I honestly, I think so. I think that that's probably. I think that that's probably what's going to end up happening. There was never really a doubt in my mind. Like, I understand where the concern came because of the controversy online, but it's still Christopher Nolan. Like, my thought process was like, this is still the man that just won
$1 billion with Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer.
Yeah. He made people give a shit about Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. And yes, you can absolutely credit Barbie and the Barbenheimer thing, and that's valid. 100%. Definitely got more eyes on Oppenheimer, but this is an epic film coming off of Oppenheimer in IMAX. And what they're going to do, he shot the whole damn thing in IMAX, which is another thing that's super exciting. I'm blessed now because one of the best IMAX screenings is in New York, and it's at Lincoln Square. They screen. It's actually one of my favorite movie theaters now of all time because of what I said with the I told you my horror story when I left my keys in the theater for the Wicked screening, and I had to go back the next morning, and they had it, and I will for always love that theater. But I'm excited to see this movie in IMAX. It's crazy, man, because you just mentioned beforehand the stuff that we still have coming out, man. We right now we just had. Well, Masters is coming out this week, and so Scary Movie, and we'll do a little box office prediction for that in just a bit. But Masters Universe, Scary Movie, those come out June 5th. June 12th is Disclosure Day and The Furious. June 19th is The Death of Robin Hood and Toy Story 5. June 26th is Jackass and then Supergirl. So we're still in June. In June, you've got.
Dude. This is insane. I don't know how necessarily any of these movies fully survive. Like, there will clearly be a king when this is all said and done.
Oh, we already know
because there's no way that people can afford to go to this many movies like this. It'll be actually very interesting to see.
There's only one.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe there are more people with like A-list and stuff than I realize, because like I just feels like one of these movies is going to do like gangbusters, and the rest people like I gotta eat.
There's only one. There's only one winner for this whole thing, and it's going to be, and it could potentially be the winner of the whole summer.
Probably Toy Story.
Toy Story destroys,
or either Toy Story or Spider-Man. If you're just talking June, then Toy Story.
Spider-Man.
Just talking June, then Toy Story.
I think Spider-Man will just beat Toy Story, but I will not be surprised if Toy Story wins. Toy Story is going to be one of the biggest movies of the year, hands down.
Bro, the Taylor Swift song was a real thing.
Yeah, it was. So that's June. That's all of June. And then July is you might have $3 billion movies in July. Minions and Monsters comes out on July 1st.
You think that'll cross $1 billion?
What Minions and the movie Despicable Movie?
Do they all? I know they do really well. I didn't know if they play in the $1 billion territory.
So
I don't follow this.
Let's look because it's a great question. I Despicable Me 1. I don't know if Despicable Me 1 did it, but we'll find out in a second. Despicable Me, the first one. Where the fuck is it? Oh, that's why. Wrong site. Idiot. Despicable Me. All right, so that's
okay. So it says Despicable Me, the first one, a little over $500 million, so 544.
You mean $500,000? Oh, $500 million.
$500 million, 544.
Okay. So that was the first one. Okay, so the second one.
Second one just shy of $1 billion at 970.
Okay, so look at the progression, right? So the third one was 1 point. So they keep going up, right?
Yeah. Okay. All
right. The fourth one is 972. All right. So
I knew they were big enough that Universal hang their hat on it. Obviously, like you have the giant Minion out at Universal Studios. I just didn't know they were hitting billions. Yeah. I didn't know that.
So Minions, the first Minions did 1.1.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So Minions, what is it? Minions Rise of Gru did 940. So it's not a guaranteed, Bill. It's not a guarantee, but it's playing in the ballpark of 900, you know? So that is certainly possible. So, and, you know, coming off of the heels of Toy Story, it might do it. So that's July. That's a possibility. If I was going to, out of the three that I think are going to do it, I would bet on that one last. Shit, man. Moana has a chance. I don't think so. I don't think Moana is going to get past 700, but I think that you never know with those movies. I mean, Lion King live action shouldn't have made $1 billion, but it did.
Neither the Lilo and Stitch live action in it did $1 billion.
Oh, yeah, right. The Odyssey, that's July 17th, and then July 31st is Spider-Man. So
yeah, I think of all of these movies that we listed, I think the only one, and I'm including July here because you started going into that. I think the only one that's gonna potentially clear $2 billion is Spider-Man. I think Odyssey and Toy Story will be kind of fighting for the number 2 spot. But I think Toy Story has the edge there just because you're gonna pull kids.
There's no world that Odyssey makes as much money as Toy Story.
But that's the thing. I don't know where Toy Story is going to cap out. I
think Toy Story is going to be about 1.5, 1.6.
If you think it's going to be that high, then I don't think Odyssey comes close. I think Odyssey probably clears $1 billion.
Yeah, or 1.1, something like that.
Because I thought maybe Toy Story would do around like 1.2 or 1.3, and I thought Odyssey could potentially pull something. That would be the upper echelon for Odyssey. I thought Odyssey would probably hit about 1 to 1.1.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
But I think Spider-Man's going to clear 2. I think Avengers is going to clear 2.
Me too. All right, let's see what you guys think. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know about the remainder of the movies, everything else we talked about, Odyssey, what it's going to do, that and more. I got to bring this story up because I don't know if you read. Did you read who's producing this Jason Statham thing?
No, who's producing it?
Well, don't read it yet because I'll just read it to everybody else too.
Okay.
I saw this yesterday, and then I was like, "Oh, we got to talk about this." So, here is the story itself. Jason Statham stole my bike. Sets a date. Okay, perfect, absolutely perfect. Just shut down the whole fucking thing.
Oh no,
yeah, that's all right. Hold on, back up a second. It's one of those days, Winston. That's fine. I'm hungry.
It's been one of those weeks.
Yeah.
I have hated this week, man. Jesus Christ.
Cheese and rice. All right, here it is. So Jason Statham stole my bike. Sets date. August 6, 2027. Release date has been set for the big budget action comedy Jason Statham Stole My Bike. The real Jason Statham stars as a global action superstar Jason Statham in the film, which is being directed by Bullet Train and the Fall Guy director David Leitch. Filming project wraps this week. Story details are under wraps, though from all indications, a meta comedy angle will be used. A number of major action set pieces are in place for the PG-13 project, which will reportedly boast a budget of over $80 million. Allison Fillery penned the script based on a story by herself and Scott Chernoff. Leitch and Statham previously worked together on Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Husband and wife duo are producing Statham, John Friedberg, Meredith Berg, and Ethan Irwin also produce.
Whoa.
Statham also recently shot both Guy Ritchie movies and both throughout next year. Anyway, wanted to give a shout out to Big Time.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I think he's probably working on that for a bit. So excited for that. And yeah, look, Statham is one of those. He's his own genre.
Yeah,
he really is. Like an 87 million Statham movie, though, is scary. Like I think his most success for him normally, minus the Fast and Furious movies, or when you play in that $30-40 million range. But I like I like Statham. I always enjoy going to see his movies because he's one of those guys that, yes, he can do the really tough guy thing, but he can do a movie like this where he's being funny and throwing some jokes. He was in that. Remember in that, what was the one with it was like the movie with Melissa McCarthy where she was like the spy. Oh, what was that movie called? Peel, do you remember the name of that movie?
Melissa McCartney was a spy. Was it not
Spy? It's literally called Spy.
Yeah, I thought it was called Spy.
It's called Spy. But so Jason Statham was in that, and he was brilliant in that movie. So stuff like that, I'd like to see that for sure.
Yeah, no, I personally, I haven't seen every Jason Statham movie, but even the trailers for everyone that comes out, there's never been a trailer for a Jason Statham movie that I haven't said I would see that. Like,
right. Yeah, it's that genre. So make sure you guys check that out and support Ethan. Now, the other thing I want to bring up too is people have been asking. So the Schmoedown Vault channel, which I was so excited about, and I still am excited about it. Wanted to put every single freaking video on that Schmoedown channel, and I made it private. And I was like, okay. So now each and put new edits in it, new footage, new thumbnails, everything. It's like, let's find this for people to find it. You know, over 1,000, over 1,200 subscribers already on the channel. It was building. People were getting involved in it. Kevin Smets hits me up as I'm leaving the screen. He's like, where's the channel? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's gone. I'm like, what? So I look and it was gone. And then I'm checking it and then it returns. I'm like, oh, well, must have been a glitch or something. Wake up the next morning, it's gone again. And now I go to log into the account. They banned the whole Gmail account too. So it's under appeal right now. I basically have to write them and say, I own all of this. It's all mine. Like I put everything on private.
I guess that's my question. What
thing, dude? YouTube's doing this thing where they like they continue to, they don't want you to re-upload stuff and they don't want to have multiple versions of things on YouTube. But it's mine and I privated everything else. And it's also why I'm now nervous to put anything up on the interviews channel, like any of the Mark Paul Gosselaar stuff, all that, because I don't want to lose that channel too and lose all the footage that we have on there. So it's like they've gone through this thing that they're doing now, and it really is sloppy the way that they're doing it.
But you know why though, right? Because a lot of people have been complaining about this.
Hold on a second. Say that again.
Excuse me. My bad. Well, you know what the main problem is, right? Is because this is why I keep saying, man, like we have opened this AI box too fast. They have fully put AI in charge now of checking copyright everything. And because of that, you do have to unfortunately go through this crazy appeal process because there's not a human double check.
There's no one to talk to. And it's like
there's no one to talk to.
No, it's trying
there's
to talk
no one
to
to talk to. And then if the AI senses anything, it shuts you down. It's crazy the speed at which this shit happens now.
It was crazy. And I'm like, it's all my stuff. Like it's mine. I can put it up on the channel and just push private, put it on. Like no one made any claims on it. They just decided because it's, and it was all private. It was all private. It was, I get it. It was like, it was multiple things on there and you like, wait a minute, but it's a real pain in the balls. So I'm in the process of an appeal. So hopefully,
how we get my phone off that? That's what I want to know.
I know. Well, we got to see. Well, there's no way to do that yet because it's gone.
Doesn't exist right now.
It doesn't exist. So they have to bring it back. So, so that's why for people who are asking, that's kind of where we are with it. So I'll let you guys know. Okay, let's get into the questions because we got 55, Winston. 55 questions so far.
Solid number.
And it's really good. And, you know, we got to see if you want to push Winston over again. The way we do this is monetarily. If you can get Winston to beat Smets, it'd be a miracle because Smets was getting hit with some big ones. So
I heard that Derek Johnson came back.
Derek
Jesus
Johnson came in throwing bombs. All right. So our first one is from
Sammy.
Hey, question for Kris. She's not here. As a voice, how do you feel about the rise of indie animation over the last few years with Glitch supporting many of the shows, including TADC? Appreciate you guys as always. Sammy, it's a great question. I know you sent this in obviously yesterday when Kris was supposed to be here. I just wanted to make sure we read it still for you. Thank you for putting that in there. And you know what I'll do is Peely, do me a favor. Can you make a screenshot of that question, put it as like a photo, and we'll put it in the pictures for Kris so she can answer that for Sammy next week. There's a possibility, Winston, I should ask you this on the air. I might need you to host the show by yourself next week. I might be in Los Angeles.
Word. I was going to talk to you after this. I may be directing something next week, so I may need.
So we may not have a show.
I may need to switch days with somebody.
Okay, maybe Let me see what we can do. We'll figure that out. All right, okay. Nathan Drake. The new Bond game is fantastic, but now I'm worried about the sequels because Amazon has stated there will be more involved in the future games. I hate when they do that.
Because so wait a minute. I'm so curious how this works because is Bond the entirety of the IP owned by Amazon or is it they own the movie rights?
I think they own the whole thing.
So then why would you ruin something that apparently has been selling like gangbusters that everybody has been loving?
We don't know if they're going to ruin it. I get nervous anytime they want to get more involved.
That's my thing. Is like I hate when something works and the first report you hear is we're going to get even more into, we're going to get more involved in the process, or let the people that just made you a lot of money make you money.
Right. True. Nathan Drake. Kristian, listen back to yesterday's show. You said Odyssey makes more than Minions. Crazy talk. People always say that to me. And I'm coming off of a loss with my fight predictions. There's no doubt about it. It was a terrible prediction. I lost. But the amount of people, you can laugh all you want. The amount of times you've lost on box office is hilarious.
Which is fine. I give you that.
Right. In the same way. We're not talking about that. We're talking about box office now. We're talking about box office now. So same thing. I beat Rocha in box office all the time. I beat Mike. There's like when it comes to box office, I'm usually on it. Now I do understand that the chances, I would not tell you to put money on my Avengers pick because I haven't seen the movie.
You said $3 billion, didn't you?
I said if it is a great movie, it has an opportunity to be the most successful movie of all time, and that would cross into that range. But most likely that movie's going to push into the 2.1, 2.2. But I'm still going to stick with my big prediction there. However, Odyssey or Minions, we just went over Minions. Minions plays in the $900 to $1 billion range. Odyssey played in that, or Nolan played in that range, that same range with Oppenheimer. I believe he will go over that, especially in a summer thriving season, as opposed to that 2023, whenever that was, when that came out, was still kind of, getting back from COVID was gone, but it was still people were getting used to going.
Also the strike,
and all that stuff. It wasn't. Yeah,
that's the only thing I was going to say. I think Barbie and Oppenheimer would have made more money if it wasn't for the strike. Because remember, they were able to start press for like a week, and then the strike happened, and they had to stop press. Yeah. And then it was just like the movie's got to live on its own, but fortunately had enough cultural hype for both of them to take off. I think that Oppenheimer would have made more money. So
someone pointed out about me being wrong about Masters. Yeah, official. When it first came out, people after the trailers, I thought it was going to do really, really well. And then after more talk and tracking and everything too, I said the movie's just not going to do that well. Like if I'm predicting now, which is where I'm predicting now, I wouldn't just change my opinion and say, you know what? I still think it's going to make 60 million. I mean, no, now you look at what's happening. My prediction, that was when it first came out with the trailers. I'm like, okay, that movie could do this, but I don't know. The excitement felt like.
I'll tell you this much. What's so I love to bring sports into our conversations, man. I think honestly, what people have to take into consideration with predictions, there's a difference between a prediction of the first trailer dropped and we kind of see what's going on, and like, okay, we're about a weekend out now from when it is. In the same way with sports, you make the prediction like, okay, Super Bowl's over. Who do you think is the favorite for next year? Oh, it's got to be this team. And then when the season starts, it's a completely different answer based upon who got drafted, who got signed, who did whatever. Like you've kind of seen them in the preseason. I think you need to like give it a second. Like there's a difference between this is what I think it's going to do, and then movies coming out. Where are we feeling? You know what I mean?
For example, you
got to give people grace.
Yeah, look, tonight is Knicks. If the Knicks win tonight, they're going to be in good shape.
Yes, they will. Look, I have said this. My head says the Spurs are going to win, but my heart is pulling for the Knicks, bro. And after the first game, I'm like, ooh, they may be okay, bro. And I just hope that you and your family are safe. That city will burn to the ground.
We're in Long Island. But I'll tell you what.
That's even worse.
No. I was in the city. I was literally at Madison Square Garden. They were in San Antonio, but but as I was getting off the Long Island Railroad and going up the ramp, it started. This was for what movie was it? The Scary Movie, I think. Yeah. And so the crowds were starting to form already in front of the garden, like to watch parties and all that stuff down and I'm like, this is nuts. I'm like, it was like 6 o'clock or whatever it was. And the game hadn't even started. And I go, there's no world, because you can walk. It was a Times Square, this screening. So I walked from to get there. I walked from Penn Station to Times Square. It's like a 12-minute walk, if that. So I'm walking. Normally I was like, get out early enough because those Scary Movie, they're like 80 minutes long or whatever they are. So I'm like, I can walk back. It'll be fine. I can still catch a train, get home in time. And I said, am I out of my mind to try to walk back and all this? It's going to be nuts. I was like, screw that. I took the subway one stop just to go right into Penn Station because it's a madhouse right now. It's going to be. My buddy actually told me that there's he lives in the city and he said that they're selling tickets, so you can watch the Knicks away at Madison Square Garden. It's like $20-$30, but apparently it's like really nuts. I would love to do it. I just can't do it.
No, it's hella. Those are really fun. I was gonna say there's nothing more thrilling than a team that does not normally get the opportunity to play in a championship, watching their city, because like Dallas did that. We've only been to what, like 3 finals. Every one of those was insane. I know that when the Raptors were in the finals, that was insane. Where like people were same thing. They weren't even in town and they were surrounding the whole building and on freeways watching on giant projector. Like that's so cool.
It's gonna be nuts. And I mean, how do you not like Jalen Brunson though? I mean, he's the best. He's just not. You ever watch him in interviews?
Wait, who? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Brunson.
Oh, yes, because he used to be a Maverick. I'd fuck Nico Harrison to the ends of the earth, man. But like we had Luka and Jalen Brunson, and both of them are just insanely good and the nicest dudes in the world.
He's the best, and he's just such a great guy. And you hear him talk and everything too, and he's just such a great player. And you know that's why people are also rooting for him, because he's just amazing. All right, so Ron H, we've decided now every time Ron H puts a super chat in, now we're going to read him as if it's Gary Busey. Life's hitting me the balls. It wasn't a credit card, just a whole bunch of life stuff. Don't know if I can participate much, at least right now. Sorry. Perfect. The nice solid one, the real one. Read it, Gary Busey. Thanks, Ron. I'm sorry, dude. Well, that's fine, dude. Ron, you have done more than enough, my good man. You just chime in and talk to people in general. You don't have to always put stuff in. You're the best, Ron. I got so pissed off the other day because I thought someone threw Ron out, and they didn't. But there he is here. So let's see if I can do this one. I'm gonna see. Yeah, okay, this one I can do. Hey, all, going through my own exercise tiger right now. Look it up. Better watch Pressure. Then tell me about how you are pressured in life. Almost no contest. I will do what I do to Super Chat because I love it. Bubba agrees. Where he says, welcome. It's thrusted into media with BBC. Winston, how's BBC doing? Hanging long and loose, a little drippy. Anyways, BBC twitches at Mo2, wants all that He-Man. Man, Ron H, banned? No way.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Sammy. Hey, fellas, do you think we should maybe think about the Odyssey making $2 billion with all the pre-sales happening, the ticket sites crashing? Yeah, $2 billion is
because when is it out again?
July. It comes out July. Hold on, let me tell you. Beginning of July, I believe. Is that true? July 17th, middle of July.
It's just too close to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If Spider-Man wasn't in the picture, so it really could just dominate, because I'm assuming Spider-Man is taking IMAX from it, isn't it?
I would assume so.
Then there's no that's the thing. If Spider-Man did not exist, or if Spider-Man maybe went first, I'll give you that. But because Spider-Man is
and Twitter will still be picking away at it too. So I don't two's gonna be tough. Two's gonna be tough. Ron H, credit card now trying to stab me. Fook this, guys. And in other news, Hollywood, guys, this shit is the truth. Like dragons. What are you talking about? Maybe Smith can turn it into a film. He's made worse. LOL. Where is Moose Jaws?
Oh my gosh.
Ron H. Later at SM6. What the F is this? This ain't scary. Wait, what happened? Okay, never mind. Me and Bubba are good. Maybe we can mash your baits later. I mean, how do you not think this is actually Gary Busey? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Card is mean SOB. We'll shove money into mouth to shut it up. Later. We'll try Scary Movie 6. Later. Need to be scared. Bubba. Help. Tom H. Can sook it. Only Zen can to Tom. Okay. Holland's the man. We all know it. Zen certainly knows it. He may open his mouth a bit. So does Ron H. I ain't got no Zen. He is the man, Spider. It really is. Sammy. Shout out to the legend. Ron H, you crazy SOB. Make sure you forget to share the good stuff you got. Also, Winston, you did great on TV fights this week. Oh, nice. Dude. How did it go?
It went well, man. It was my first time ever doing it. It was a lot of fun. It's so funny because the arguments that I was making, because Roxy, is the host of it.
Mm-hmm.
the arguments that I was making, she made a solid point. She's like, yeah, you ripped that argument to shreds, but you kind of ignored the other person, so I have to give it to the other person. And I was like, damn, I
didn't listen to someone when they were talking?
It's not that. It's not. No, it's not that at all. I was. First of all, how dare you? How dare you, sir? How fucking dare you? No,
it's me in this
that.
show.
It's not that. It's that my brain only was focused in on dismantling one and not the other. And I think part of that was also from the standpoint of I was like, I don't even feel like this argument is worth my time. Like this is the one that I feel like I have to like pull apart, but that's my own fault. It's you got to fight a battle on two fronts.
Sammy follows it up. Ron H is on a roll. Where's my popcorn? He really is on a roll. There's going to be some more. Sammy says, by the way, Kristian, the finale for the Amazing Digital Circus, they really did a great job wrapping the show up all together. Plus, the screening I went to was packed. Oh, I'm telling you, that movie's going to make between $15 and $20 million. Oh, let's do that, Winston. Let's make a prediction for this week. Top 5 movies for this week. Okay. So what you have coming out this week?
Circus, Scary Movie, He-Man.
Circus, He-Man, Scary Movie. Last week's top 5. I can tell you last week's top 5 also.
Which is what? Obsession, Backrooms,
Grogu, Michael,
and Michael.
And the Breadwinner.
And then what was the last one?
The Breadwinner.
The Breadwinner. Okay. Yeah. Well, Breadwinner's not sniffing any of this.
No. So what's your top 5?
Top 5, I think it's Scary Movie, Masters, Backrooms, Obsession, and then Michael.
Okay. So I've got Scary Movie, Obsession. No, sorry.
Damn, you think Obsession?
Sorry, not Obsession. Scary Movie, Backrooms, Masters of the Universe, Obsession, Digital Circus.
Okay. You think Digital Circus will do that? I know it's big, but you think it'll clear the top 5?
Michael made 11 million last week.
Okay, so then I'll take Michael out of my bottom one then.
I don't even have Star Wars in there. Star Wars made 24 last week. Now so
how much did Backrooms and Obsession make last week?
Backrooms made 81 last week.
And that was its opening weekend, right?
Yeah. Obsession made 27. Star Wars made 24. Michael made 11 and Breadwinner made 7.
Okay. I wish I had that information before. Okay. I still think Scary Movie and Masters will clear, but I think Backrooms is definitely number 3.
I just don't think it would have to have such, even if it would have to have, I think it's going to just have about a 50% drop. If that would still put it at 40. And I don't think Masters is going to clear 30. So that's why I think that number, it'll still stick with number 2. Obsession will be number 4. Now 5 could be Mando and Grogu still. It's possible, but I just think there's going to be a shocker with that. So we'll see. All right.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, so remember when we were talking last week, I was confused. I saw no IMAX screenings in the US for He-Man. So I saw it in IMAX last night. So I guess they're doing a very limited run of it because as soon as I walked out, they flipped it back to Mando and Grogu. So I don't know if they're only doing a couple of showings of IMAX or something like that. So that'll be interesting.
So just to give you, PLG just sent this to me. The Amazing Digital Circus came out on Thursday. And so they're going to show it for the whole weekend, right? I think it's going to be the whole weekend. And is it just one day? Or is it just Thursday? Because if it's the whole weekend, then I'm definitely going to be in the right here. Because just on Thursday, it made 7.8 million. Thursday.
Right.
So if it does a full weekend, we're looking at like 20-25 million. So I think that's all weekend. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna clear it. It's gonna, and it'll.
But that was the whole thing. I get that, but it beat Scary Movie by 0.1 million. You know what I'm saying? I think that's you got to remember the people that are going to go see Scary Movie are going to typically be people more my age and older, and they're not going to a movie on a Thursday.
It's not going to beat Scary Movie. Scary Movie will be number 1. Like I said, and look, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Backrooms is number 1 again. If it's Backrooms Scary Movie, that I would not be surprised at all if that doesn't have a big drop off. I just think those are the two movies. There's no world. I do think Masters will be. I mean, not Masters. Mando and Grogu will be knocked out, and Masters will debut at third. We'll see. Okay, Ron. Winston super lost now. Talk to Bubba. All good. Loved Motu. Bubba not even with me. I'm all of this film. Weak Adam, cruel Skeletor, powerful righteous He-Man. Adam chose it, not me, foos. Fook alpha males, Motu rocks for me. Bubba wants to watch. I think I will try to listen to the story of a film, the way that the film tells it to me, not listen in a way that I want to hear it. It's not my story to tell. It's their job. I'm just listening. Bubba telling me, what is this crap? Thank you, Ron H.
Jesus.
Maddie B firing a big old shot at you. Look at that.
Hey, come on, Maddie.
Maddie B giving you a shot here. Good afternoon, Kristian and Winston. Let's get this shit going on Beautiful Friday. All this talk of which movie will make $1 billion or not. Well, there's one project we should all be helping to get $1 billion. That's our show. Is there a title yet? I'm going to give you the title. I'm going to give you the title today, Maddie B. The name of the show is called Trending. It's called Trending. That's the name of the show. So yesterday, I think we have a launch date now for the Kickstarter. Finally, I can finally say that after all that. I think we have. I can't say when that day is, but I think we have a launch date for it. We're just putting together. We found our person who's going to be running it for us. We found everything. It took a little bit, but we got that. I have a story that I'm going to have the director tell here too, that of where the ups and downs in this thing. So, yeah, I think that we can. This guy that's going to be, he got me very encouraged on certain things. I wish I could write a book about this because and just going through these ups and downs of trying to get this show together has been a process. But thank you, Maddie B. Very kind.
Can I say something really fast? Because I just had somebody who's watching the show text me, and they brought up a good point about why they think Backrooms will actually beat Masters. Yeah, it's specifically from my homie brought up the idea of, again, Masters, even though Travis worked to try and bring in people that didn't watch the show,
didn't work.
It's still aimed at like the Gen X kind of audience. And Backrooms is really drawing in Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And if you're going to need to pull that, I think that Circus will actually siphon off a decent amount, and Backrooms will as well. And that's going to affect Masters in that regard. So Backrooms has that edge out because you've got the younger audience that will go see Backrooms instead. It's
just, if you look at it with the math, is that Masters is only tracking to like $25 million. And like the Backrooms would have to have such a significant drop off to not get to 25 million that the math just doesn't add up. You know, so like it could be. That's why I'm saying it could be number one. It's definitely not going to be number three. Backrooms is going to be either number one or number two.
Okay. I think two. I think you're going to pull enough of the millennials and Gen X through Scary Movie. I think that it'll be Backrooms. Oh, about you talking about the Kickstarter? Yeah, I did. You gave the whole name of it. You said it's called Trending. You finally have a date. The only thing I didn't hear was the date. God damn it! Stop it.
Yeah, I know you listened to that one. I was that was funny though. Okay, let's see. Michael D. Sorry guys, I got nothing. This is Ron H's world. We're just living in it, for better or worse. Have you seen? So on Monday, someone said, "Did you watch the Muppets?"
Like,
as a kid?
Yeah.
So someone said that Rocha looked like Sam the Eagle. So right there, that's Rocha in the Sam the Eagle gear.
That's good. That's funny.
Yeah. Ron H. Name Odyssey. Death Bubba. No joke. We Canadians don't F around unless you wanna. LOL. Cans love fookin', but won't start shit. Perfect. Ron really is. I mean, I don't know. I will be doing more Gary Busey impressions because of Ron than I will ever have done in my entire life. Wiley never watched anything about He-Man, didn't care about the movie, but I had a lot of fun. I think you're kind of echoing what Winston said, which is a valid point. I think, in my opinion, this is more fun than Mando. I agree with that too. Great music too. Love Idris. I liked it significantly better than Mando.
Yeah, well, because there's character development. Like,
right, there's a story. Yeah, there's a story. Okay. Armada. I think Ron H got that backroom strain, maybe.
Clearly.
Yeah. Scott F. Horowitz. Today is my 47th birthday. Happy birthday, Scott. Saw Motu. Well, not perfect. I loved it. Made me feel 3 years old again. Fun movie. Some of the humor was a bit much, but overall, fun trip to another planet. I don't disagree with the fun trip to another planet part. I mean, the attorney
very beautiful. They did a really good job with those worlds, man.
God, I just wish they would have cut the Earth stuff out.
Just the only creature I didn't like, bro, Neck Man or whatever the hell his name is.
Neck.
Mecha, dude. Ugh, that shit creeped me out for whatever reason.
Ron H. While Busey is boss, reality, I'm more like a deeper tone. Big balls. Sorry. LOL. I don't know if you want to go through all the trouble. Your show. LOL. I love Ron H so much. Matty B. That's right. He says, we passed 21 questions. I have so many clips now, dude.
Hey, I got 21 questions. 21 questions for you.
So good. A tornado. Hey, Kristian and Winston. I wanted to tell you guys how happy I was to see the Schmoedown Vault channel this week. I have been wanting to do a rewatch, and this is the way. I was at a live show in Chicago too. I loved it. Oh, poor A tornado. No, you don't know. So you probably heard me talking about it. Yeah. Right now, if you search for it, it ain't there. We're under. We're appealing to try to get it back. What I'm going to try to do, if I can't get it back, is I'm going to have to get in touch with a YouTube representative first before I make the damn thing again to make sure that I can do it again and not to have the same thing happen. So I was equally excited, man. So hopefully the appeal goes through. Thank you. And thank you for being so kind. Sammy, got to say thank you, Kristian, Winston, the whole team for allowing me to donate super chats to keep me from the strip club. $30 better way and get some laughs and get some recognition. We do. I mean, isn't it amazing though how like through the conversations and the chats and everything too, you get like there's like stars, right? Like clearly Derek Johnson it's just like when Derek Johnson comes in, he's like swinging freaking Thor's hammer and you're like, oh shit. But you get guys like you get Sammy, you got Matty B, you got all these people, you got Ron H. Ron H right now is like Cody Rhodes. Right, he's like the star of the super chat conversation, and he just took over. But it's amazing how you just learn so much the community wise with everybody here. So thank you for Sammy and everybody who's been a part of that. All right, let's see next one, and this one is where is it? Did I do this one? Okay, here he is, Ron H. Tudos, you think I'm a bot? Argo, fuck yourselves. Someone thinks a bot. I doubt he's a bot. Yeah, guys, Haskell's mega cool. I was not spamming. I had to access to Spotify and was sharing what I was listening to. Full hour before a show. You can listen long if you want. All good, guys. And Bubba agrees.
Jesus Christ.
Sammy. Motu felt like it wanted to be more of the first Guardians movie, but ended up being like Thor, Love and Thunder, a lot of the humor they did. Yeah, I see. I won't put it in Love and Thunder category, but I'll put it in between. It's not Ragnarok. It jumps towards Love and Thunder, but doesn't get there all the way. You know, that's in my opinion. Dave G. So disappointed in Masters. It had the DNA to be great. Parts of it were everything I wanted to be more amazing. The HR seminar there was horrible. It was horrible. It was so bad. It was like I was groaning. I was like, let's go.
I could have used with maybe like a minute or two less of it, but it didn't bother me, I guess, just in the sense of like, again, it paid off. They paid it off well, I think, at the end of it, but I think also to just really drive home, yo, he is so much more than this piece of shit ass job, and really drilling home how horrible that fucking existence was.
I know, but it's like, but again, it's like I'm sure Dave's a fan of He-Man too, and you know,
clearly, like if you're talking about the DNA to be great and everything that he wanted, it sounds like he's a big He-Man fan.
Wiley, how was Kai Cenat in Scary Movie?
He was fine.
Yeah.
He kind of has like a bit role where he's just essentially being himself. He's just on a stream.
It's a funny bit. Yeah. Sergio C. Campy was dogging on He-Man. Yeah, I could see that. Probably like that's the difference though. If the humor does not work for you, whether you're a He-Man fan or not, you're going to be out. If you don't mind it too much, or some of it you find fine, but there's other stuff, you're going to like a lot of people look, Winston, Rocha, Kalinowski, they all like loved it or had a lot of fun with it, you know. I liked it. I liked it because of the stuff that worked. The stuff that worked really worked. The stuff that didn't really didn't.
You know
Derek,
what's wild?
Derek,
Go.
I still believe
Oh,
that.
Derek Johnson, what up?
I still believe that Odyssey isn't going to be a good movie. Really, lots of all-star hitters in that movie, but it feels like the hype is more than for the director than the movie. Well, I mean, yeah, because he's kind of the star now, but he doesn't take away from his skills.
I mean, on top of the fact that like when in the last however many years has he not just had a complete all-star cast? Like, I mean, again, Oppenheimer, like
He always has an all-star cast. Who's not going to work
like,
for you? You work for him for free.
Like it's there's too many. He always works with the slew of heavy hitters. Let alone a number of these people are people he works with on the regular. Like he puts oh my god, the lead of Oppenheimer and Scarecrow. Why can I not remember his name right now? He won the Oscar for Oppenheimer.
Cillian Murphy?
Yeah, Cillian Murphy. Like he's worked with Cillian since The Prestige or something like that. Like
he works with them all the time.
At a number of these people.
I don't think you were. I don't think
again and again and again.
Was he in The Prestige?
I thought he was in Prestige. I know for a fact that he was obviously in Inception, the Batman movies,
in Dunkirk and everything too. He's not. No, he wasn't in The Prestige, but he's in a lot. He's in a lot of Nolan movies. He's in a lot of Nolan movies. Derek, I'm going to see He-Man today. I need this to succeed at least a little bit. Otherwise, I'm never getting Thundercats, and Voltron is my last hope. Well, Voltron will definitely be coming out. The only thing is there was from the post-credit scene. Apparently, there's two, and I missed. There's three kind of, and I missed the very last one. But I think because the post-credit scene has a lot of hype on it, and I think that it's resonating with a lot of people. I think because it's Amazon, I still think even though this not going to do well in the box office, I still think that there's a world where Amazon could still make this a streaming movie the same way they did Voltron. I still think there's a world.
Yeah.
So Kenya King, Travis Knight would be great for Booster Gold or Green Arrow in the DCU. His action and world building would be great for New Gods, Big Barda, Mr. Miracle. Yeah, I don't see. You know what the difference is, Winston, with Travis Knight? When I see a Travis Knight movie, now I'm not always going to, he's going to do the same thing he did with He-Man. I don't really blame Travis Knight for the overabundance of jokes, right? Because Bumblebee did it right, in my opinion. There's jokes in Bumblebee. There's lots of jokes in Bumblebee. But as you were asking me before, I think they're perfectly placed. And the only one that I think I haven't seen it in a while, but I didn't like in Bumblebee was John Cena. I think John Cena was in a different movie than everybody else was. But that movie was done very well in how he placed his timing, and I think Kubo was excellent. I think that this was a studio note, and whoever it was when they sat down and said, "This is how we can't take it too seriously. We have to real tongue to. Let's go over Guardians. Let's go for Ragnarok. Let's go for this." I think those conversations definitely had, and he's like, "I can do that," and he did. I think him and the actors and everything, they did the assignment that they were given.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think so too. I feel like Mattel gave them a specific tone of what they wanted because it really felt like a mirror version of Barbie. Now, I saw somebody when I said that earlier being like, that's a shitty take because Barbie was a smart movie. I was like, okay, but that's not what I said. I said the tone.
That's not what you're talking about. I
specifically said they set up a specific tone that mirrors each other. It feels like we're watching the toys come to life type situation.
I know what you meant. Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. Not in writing style. Armada, He-Man actor for Bond. I don't know. I think he needs to be.
There wasn't a like. He seems like a nice dude. I would need to see something else from him. I'm not familiar with the actor. Like Bond has to be smooth. I didn't feel
dude, he was smooth. He was smooth in that Anne Hathaway movie. He can be.
What movie was he in?
He was in that. What the hell was it called? He was in a romantic comedy with
Okay.
With her, and he's smooth in that. I'm Sadie watched, and I watched a couple scenes. He can be smooth. I just think Bond should be Brit.
Is he not a Brit? I just assume now at every point in time that if someone says that, they must be British. I don't know.
No, like Maddie B. I always wonder, why is it He-Man and She-Ra? Why not She-Woman or even He-Ra and She-Ra? That I have no idea. I think that
it's a good question.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know that when he was created, it was based off like the Conan things, and it was a comic and toy line first, and then they made it into the 80s show.
How strong is He-Man?
Dude, he's so much stronger than they portray him in the movie. And so in the show, He-Man and Adam are like two different people. When it's like almost like Clark and Superman, right? It's like, although Superman's putting on a performance when he's Clark, right? Adam's Adam, and it's like He-Man's almost like a separate person. In this, he's just Adam with muscles.
Because the way that they treated it, because I was curious about the ending, if that's kind of
he is British.
Okay. Oh, he is. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if that was the thing. I was gonna try. I wanted to ask you without ruining anything, but obviously the moment at the end, is that always something that kind of happens with him, where like he needs that little thing to happen, and then all of a sudden he's the full range of abilities?
No.
No. Okay.
No, the sword is. I'll do spoilers at another time, but like I highly recommend, especially because animated stuff. You should watch the 2002 series. Okay. It's up your alley.
Okay.
I want to smoke. Blow Motu strain. I said it. Thank you, Ron. Licking wounds. Scary film 6 later. Bubba comes with. Well, he's got to come with that one.
Yeah.
Fook scalpers. Scalp their balls short. Thank you. I want my own Odyssey. Death Bubba. Let's go. KH. Watch one Doctor Who episode. Blink Series 3, episode 10. Everything is awesome, but who in a standalone episode. Then go back to Exorcism if you like. That's too intimidating for me. Too intimidating. Too much who. It's too much. And right now I still haven't finished 12 Monkeys. And I got Sarah on 12 Monkeys now. He loves it. Kenneth Colton, 18 months should be 2 times when it comes to channel members. I'm sure Winston would agree to that. 18 months should be 2 times when it comes to channel members. What does that mean, PLD?
Because I guess he's a member now for 18 months.
Yeah.
So it should count twice as much, I guess.
I'm not sure what you mean, Ken. Do you know? PLD doesn't understand either. You mean like 2? Ken, I'm not sure what you mean, man. Like 2 questions? Sure. We don't make those rules up, though. That's a YouTube thing. We did that one. Space Cowboys with a big one here. Thank you, Space Cowboys. I think Star Wars is in a similar spot to where the Star Trek fandom was leading up to 2009 film that revived the franchise for a time. The only thing that has done that for Star Wars recently to me is Andor. I don't disagree with you. I also did you see Darth Maul? Because Darth Maul is pretty damn
the
good.
Maul show.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you haven't seen it either?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's good. That's and I wasn't looking forward to that show at all. To me, the best stuff has been, I would go Andor seasons 1 and 2, but actually season 2, season 1, then Rogue One, then Darth Maul. That's the best. That's the best stuff that's come out so far.
Okay.
And everything else is just.
Is that you're not including then, if you're breaking up seasons, you don't include Mando 1 and 2?
Oh yeah, I should absolutely include those. So you're right. I'll put Mandalorian season 2 and then 1 and then the rest of them.
Okay.
Throw them to the side. Well, not including, I guess I should include Rebels and Clone Wars too, huh? But yeah, so that's stuff too. But in the trash, Obi-Wan. In the trash, Boba Fett. In the trash, Acolyte. In the trash.
Sequel trilogy.
Let's see Ahsoka season 2. Yeah, I would put the sequel trilogy in the trash only because Force Awakens I do. It just is
every time I watch it, you know how you feel about Last Jedi? Every time I watch Force Awakens, I hate it more.
Oh, really? It's so disheartening because you know what comes next.
That's not it for me.
No,
for me, it's me realizing that I was actually just regurgitated like the whole South Park thing about member berries. You're just feeding me nostalgia. Like I looked at it, I was like, bro, this is literally the same thing. Yeah, and I already fell in love with this the first time. You're just giving me the same meal as leftovers.
Ron H. Sarah J. American. Maybe Bub's Canadian? LOL. Statham has a Meg. I know it. Not really. Alex, so that's what happened yesterday? I'm sitting there trying to get He-Man tickets with the AMC app crashing. Meanwhile, I'm missing out on the Odyssey. Yeah, it crashed everything. I'm telling you, people are pumped to see that movie. Cali Kid, what are your thoughts on Backrooms? I think it's awesome. Also, any thoughts on the UFC Freedom 250? Who do you have? To Pearson versus Justin Gaethje fight. So Matt Serra talks. He had Uriah Faber on the show. We're going to air that next week, which is pretty good. It's a great conversation. He's the better one to listen to predictions. You don't want my predictions on those things. And I'm not as caught up, so I don't have enough of the card or even the knowledge anymore to really even know about it. As far as Backrooms goes, I really liked a lot of the movie. The ending is, to me, I didn't love the ending, but if people love the ending, they're gonna love the movie. I thought it was very well shot. I thought that it played on the acting is really solid. It kept you kind of on the edge of your seat the whole time, and a mixture of different movies that I like. So did you see it yet, Winston?
I did not, but I did see Obsession, and holy shit.
Don't talk about it. Is it that's pretty great.
Obsession is amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna be one that I watch in the channel with Sam.
Dude, yeah. And you know me, I'm not. I thought to myself, based off of what I had heard, I didn't think that I was gonna get disturbed at all or scared. And they had a couple jump scares and really just had me just like it's good, dude.
Yeah, everyone said I haven't heard a bad word about it. Everyone loves that movie. I'm excited to see it. Ron H, this is Cagney. This is Cagney. This is Lacey. Back the fuck up. Thank you. Ron H. KH, set up in Canada. You can still tube up here. Okay. All of yous, come up if you can. I want you here. Ayoshi,
I need whatever Ron is smoking.
He told you, Bubba. Work at a movie theater in Puerto Rico. Mando and Grogu was dead on arrival. And Motu is on the same route, unfortunately. People keep asking for tickets for Odyssey. That's going to be big. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's true. You know what's funny is that this is the problem. And even PLD can't deny this. No one is talking about Mando and Grogu anymore. Week 3, no one's talking about it anymore. It's gone.
I think they took too long. That movie needed to come out even a year earlier.
It should have come out after season 2.
I mean, yes, but like worst case scenario, it should have come out during right after season 3 was over. That should have already been in the works when that was going. They took too long.
Too long. Go, pal. I just saw someone fan casting Samara Weaving for She-Ra. She looks exactly like the 80s cartoon. What do you think? Could be. Maybe so. Yeah, I'd like to see who else. I'd like to see an unknown get it too. Shine Films. I really enjoyed Masters. Do you think we'll see more Mattel movies, and what are the chances of ever getting a Thundercats movie on the big screen? Well, Adam Wingard, who directed the Kong vs. Godzilla, I can't remember which one, and he did that other movie that I really like, that horror comedy one. I forget the name of it. Anyway, he really wants to do a Thundercats movie. He was working on one. So whether or not
I would love a Thundercats movie,
yeah, and whether or not but what I get nervous about now is that everybody thinks that because they're the toy line that they think no, it wasn't the guest. It was I forget what it was. It was like Home Alone in a horror movie. But anyway, this is to me what I get nervous about, that they're going to make him put too much goofy. It's cat people. You gotta be jokes. No one can take it seriously. So that's what I get nervous about. We'll see. Alex, do you guys worry about the cannibalization that's going to take place this summer on the box office? Is it too naive to say they should just coordinate with each other so they can make the most money? Yeah, I mean that's like getting Republicans and Democrats on the same page. The other studios want they can say what all they want. Oh, we want each other to do well. No, they don't. They want to steal each other's box office, and they do want more people to go back to the theater, because that means, look, in the 2015 to 2019 range, people were going to the theater every week to see stuff. The thing is, though, what I think this has proven, but yes, it's pricey, but I think what it's proven, I think what Obsession has proven, I think what Backrooms has proven, the people are tired of the same shit now. After all these years, people are tired of the same tired shit. Even when you ask the director of the movie of Backrooms, Kane Parsons, whatever, if he wants to do this, is a 20-year-old kid, do you want to do a Star Wars movie? Within seconds, he said, no, I'm not interested in doing IP. 20 years old. You imagine a 20-year-old saying that 10 years ago? No way.
Because I think there's two things that are specifically driving this. I think one, you're right, is because there has been a true commodification of IP at this point. So it feels like they sometimes will just be like, you'll eat any of this slop, and they just throw it at us. I think that's the first half. And then I think the second half is when movies are this much more expensive to go to and everything else in your life is more expensive, you get a little bit pickier about being able to go see said slop. You'd be like, I'm not going to go watch another bullshit thing when I could have used that $25 for a lot of other stuff. Like, I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah, it's true. All right. So right now, 82, pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Ron H. Fook, Amazeballs is a company saying there was a Stargate, then canceling. Mazeballs, dumb. And they want to get more involved in a good thing. Fook them. Fake their balls off. Love you, Ron. Cody, Kristian, I want to thank you for messaging me on Twitter. Let me know that Collider had Schmoedown seasons I was watching. Wish I would have known about the Vault either. Would have waited for the rewatch. Yeah, I mean, look, so the way that works also, and I don't think Collider realizes this. This is something though funny too. Is why they hadn't, by the way, and they never have put like a strike on the anytime I upload it to archive channel. They've always been cool about it. They actually don't own season 4, the beginning of season, like all the singles matches in season 4. I made a deal with Fernandez when I was working. I was paying for those matches. I own those matches. If I wanted to, I could get those matches taken off and I own them. I legally own those matches. The team's matches from season 4 they own, and they own all of season 5. But anyway, that you can still watch it. They have it up on it's called Collider's Ladies Night now. That channel, so you can go in there, you can check that. They do have seasons 4 and seasons 5. Ideally, if we ever get the Vault channel back, we'll be putting every match up there day by day. I'm just waiting to find out what the deal is. So I'll let you guys know. I'll give you updates as we get them. Space Cowboys, Chris. I hope the success of the Knicks blends over to the New York Jets and the New York Giants. Don't hold your breath on the Jets. But I admit there's a reach. Giants always have a shot. You know, Giants I was on the phone yesterday with a friend and we were talking and he said, you could be a Mets fan, you could be a Knicks, you could be a Mets fan, you could be a Giants fan, you could be a Yankees fan, you could be either a Rangers or an Islanders fan, but everybody loves the Knicks. That's what it is.
That checks out.
It's not the Nets. It's just not. It's the Knicks.
That checks out.
Cody Erickson, also watch the Invincible reaction, people. I need Kristian to keep watching the whole show, but I'm not one paying anyone, so I get why he would stop. More people need to watch reactions. That isn't just Sam. I'll be honest with you. Like, I think that one is going to be one of those ones. Like, even Winston and I were watching Demon Slayer and they weren't doing great. We were still like, let's just do it. We did it for Patreon. But like, Invincible is one of those ones that I'll keep. I'll do it, and it's easier too because when Ming's coming in, he's here. So he's in studio, so it's a little easier. So because sometimes that freaking the Riverside program is great, but it's just it's difficult sometimes matching things up and other things too. So we'll try to do let's get through season 1 and we'll see how it goes from there for sure. Go pal. The Wizards haven't been good since I was an infant. They won when I was a zygote, then went back to the finals and lost the next year. May not have had a winning season since '79.
Yikes.
Bullets before that, right?
Yeah.
I went and saw them. I saw when Jordan was playing with them. I went. I don't know how, but my ex-girlfriend got it was like almost courtside. It was really close. It was really close. And Jordan hit the winning shot to beat the Knicks. And I was like, and I remember going, I can't be mad about it. I just got to see Jordan hit a game-winning shot against the Knicks.
That's how I have felt watching that. Rest in peace to Kobe. Like watching Kobe beat the Mavs. That's how I have felt like this past week with Asia Wilson going off, and I'm like here rooting for the Sparks, but I'm like, oh, but it's fucking Asia Wilson, man. Yeah,
totally. All right, where is the next one here? There it is. Ron, R.I.P. Gillies. You made us all better. Slayers. Is that the guy? Which is that the guy that there's a guy that passed away for the actor that was on Top Gun Maverick, got stabbed. Horrible. 82 years old, whatever it was. Yeah. I don't know if that's who he was talking about. R.I.P. James Handy. Is that who you're talking about? I think that's who it is. I think that's who it is. James Handy. Is it?
Yeah. Top Gun actor Maverick stabbed to death.
James
Oh my
Handy
god.
Who I was thinking of. Horrible by his girlfriend's son or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ron H. New crew coming in to be top 5. Let's go Motu. Paige. What's up, Paige? I am in territory, but go Spurs go. Hey, Paige, come on. I liked you about 5 seconds ago. With all the success of YouTube now, horror directors, I have a feeling that our pilot is going to get a lot of traction. Winston, can't wait for the roast. Thank you, Paige. Yeah, I think so too. So, I mean, look, here, this is the thing that I'm going off script a little bit because as we were trying, this is some of the things that we'll talk about in the process of this. One of the things that we were doing is that we were trying to launch a kind of a new format and everything else too. And we were kind of going, and we were working with some really great people, potentially doing like something off a Kickstarter. And that was going, it was to me, to a lot of us, it was getting a little complicated. The bottom line is as a pilot, the Bear, I always use an example, is like 1.1 million to make, right? We are not going to be looking for 1.1. We're going to be looking, in order to make this show the way we want to make the show, in order how we really want to make it, like getting the cast, like the cast that everybody knows, the director of photography, the crew, the casting, all that stuff, and putting together a show. The budget that we had come up with is probably in like the $350,000 range. Now, ideally, we can raise that, and we can raise it and get that shot. Then that would be great. It's not what I'm going to be setting the goal at. I'm going to set the goal lower, and if we hit that goal, we're going to make a show. We don't have to do it on iPhones. We'll do the show at the budget that we're, the goal we're going to come up with. But we're leading towards it. I'm comfortable now talking about it to tell the audience about it as we're getting closer to it, so people will know when I keep bringing it up. And finally, that's what the delay has been, because we had to go through hoops, but I think we're there and people are excited about it. So, Johnny, I would like to formally request that Kristian goes on the History Hyenas podcast with Chris DeStefano and Giannis Pappas. Respectfully, I don't know who those guys are. That doesn't mean anything except that I don't know shit. So tell me, let me know who they are. I don't know who they are. Thank you. What I'm going to be doing is I need to go on a bunch of shows once I, get this thing launched. So yeah, let me know. All right. The little Yankee, New York City will transform like Unicron versus Spurs for game 3 and 4. Have a safe and great weekend, gents. Let's effing go. Are the Kristian Kickstarter. Yeah, man. Like, look, I think that ideally if it's up to me, we're going to be looking at the September, October to launch. Now, why so long? Why so long? Because it takes a good 30 to 40 days beforehand to set the page up, get the tiers ready, prep everybody. I'm going to be asking for people to sign up and go and, if you email so you can get, we can send stuff out, send information out. So now that's the things that I've been learning now too. So, but at least I have a full kind of clear cut goal. That's my goal. My goal is September 1st. But maybe it's a little bit past that, but that's my goal. Okay. Kristian, are you excited and curious on how people were reacting to your trending pilot? If any diehard Schmoes fans will pick up any Easter eggs, says Sammy. It's not, I don't know if there's a lot of Easter eggs in the particular pilot, because you read the script, Winston. It's not like I think it's more so when you look at it it just is, I think it's a real commentary on kind of our world, our business, our culture, like that. I think, and generationals. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head of. I think it just speaks very directly to you. I don't mean that like, but yeah. What you have done over the course of your career, what you're doing now, all that kind of stuff. It really kind of nails. You nailed it. So
how about, do you see what Martini has done on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
She created, so there's a character inside the script that is in it for, it's a reference, and the character's mentioned a couple times, she took that character and made an Instagram personality out of it. She has almost 200,000 followers on Instagram. She started it 2 or 3 months ago.
Really?
Millions of views. Type it in, TMI Tammy. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to guess. Last I checked, she was growing just exponentially. So I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say she's 165,000 right now. If I look, 185. She's 185,000 followers.
How do you do the TMI?
TMI TAMMI.
Oh, okay. I put a Y.
Yeah. Since she's verified now too. No shit. She should be
185. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crushing. So people, if you want to check out my writing partner and my co-star of the show, it's TMI Tammy, which this is again, this is Martini who's playing this character. This character so don't look at this character and say, "Oh, that's the tone of the show." It's not. It's you'll understand because you remember her from the script, right? Yeah, it's like there's a reason why that it is. But so again, 185,000 followers over there. So and she's super talented. She really is. She's a brilliant writer. Real Kevin Smets, there he is. A Smets game for Winston. What is the perfect song to play in the background while you're playing the following games? Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, Madden. Each game gets its own song.
Okay. Tetris.
Yeah.
I think I don't know the exact name of the song, so I'm just gonna give you the soundtrack here. The soundtrack from Inception. So that whole like like just really putting the insane pressure on you. I think for Super Mario Brothers, probably Headstrong. Back off, I'll take you all. I'm just imagining with the star just running through like Goombas and whatnot. And then I think Madden, Hit 'em High from the Space Jam soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one. All right. Let's see. Next one after that. David Dullman. Are you going to show Sam Clone Wars? Oh God, no. Is it essential viewing for the man? It is essential viewing for the Mandalorian. Also, each episode is 20 minutes long. You can knock out dude. No, and my answer is not because it's animation. She loves animation. I got so much stuff to watch with her, dude. Like I didn't even want to do TV again, but I don't think going into Rogue One, she's gonna have such a different two reasons why I wanted to do Andor into Rogue One. She's gonna have such a different feel of Rogue One once she's watched Andor season 1 and 2. Like it's gonna be devastating for her when she watches it because she's gonna be so attached to Cassian. I have not watched Rogue One since watching Andor season 2, so I want to feel that as well. And so that's what I'm looking to do now. Then I want to just do the movies, and we have X-Men movies to do. We have the Harry Potter movies to do. We still got to catch up on the Hobbit movies. Obsession when it comes out. There's so many different things to watch. All of the Clone Wars, and plus the fact I just don't think that that's going to be something that people are going to be tuning into.
I don't think that's going to do any numbers.
Yeah, no, I don't either. So Kevin Smets. Kristian, Matt Serra weighed in his chances against Tom Hardy's Warrior. He did. He agreed with what I said. He said that his toughest fight would be Tommy, but he'd win, and he would. Yeah. Ron H. Derek Johnson is Big D. Big Johnson. Yes, sure. Johnny Patrizia. Winston, are we getting the Wolverine game? What's that?
Well, I'm not because I don't have a PlayStation anymore after the whole account debacle thing. But I'd heard that there were more delays, I guess. So maybe look, man, we're getting Grand Theft Auto 6 eventually. That just took how long, and it still got delayed again. So we'll see. You actually might win the bet now about Avengers outdoing Grand Theft Auto just because Grand Theft Auto may not even fucking come out again this year.
Oh, is that true? You pushed again?
They pushed it yet again. They say this time this is the last time. They've said that before, but now it's November, so we'll see.
Right. Maddie B. Every actor instantly said yes to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, except Robert Pattinson, who asked to read the script. Wow, you want to read it? Everyone else just said yes. Nolan replied.
Yep, I heard about that. That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
I've heard that specifically for Pattinson. It's like after the whole Twilight thing, obviously it made him, but after that, he's like he makes sure he checks what he's
Nolan,
doing.
And look, and Tenet is looked upon as probably the weakest Nolan film. All right, Ron H. Motu HR scene. Yes, I'm taking that call. Fair enough. Captain Penis is back. What is more pressure? Odyssey, Dune 3, Doomsday. It's a great question. Kevin Smets. Where are you on this question? It's a great
Definitely
question.
Doomsday.
Has the most pressure. Yeah, Doomsday.
It's not even close because like Dune obviously has done well for itself, but it hasn't hit enough of the zeitgeist to be like, bro, we got to make this happen. They've done well, and then like they're in their lane. Odyssey, Christopher Nolan. He'll do fine. It's fine. Doomsday, right. When the whole MCU was riding on this and you put how much money into the production for it and everything, no, it's Doomsday by a long shot.
I can't disagree with you. But Dune, they all have pressure. Dune 3, the reason why it's got a lot of pressure is because if it doesn't succeed, we're never going to see another Dune movie again. That's the end of it. Done. And you could just end it there, and that could be all she wrote, and you'd be fine. You could wrap it up and say, oh, okay, I put a bow on it. Maybe we can go further into the future with a different director. That's fine. Odyssey is Nolan, as Winston said. Even if it doesn't do that well, which it will, even if it doesn't, he'll be all right. You know what I mean? But Doomsday really does. Like, yes, Spider-Man's going to crush, but Spider-Man always crushes, and it's not Disney. It's Sony. It's not really, it's MCU, but adjacent. So it is going to be the MCU's movie that has to succeed, because if it does not, then Secret Wars also is going to be in a lot of problems. And it also is probably going to be the most expensive movie of all time.
You put all of that collectively together on top of, again, Odyssey affecting Nolan potentially, Dune affecting more or less just a couple of movies. If Doomsday bombs, if it doesn't do at bare minimum of what it needs to do, you're talking about a multi movie fucking friend. Like, we're talking about, they have an entire section of Disneyland devoted to the MCU.
Yeah.
If Doomsday fails, this is going to hurt a lot of shit.
Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah. Did you see he wrote a book, dude? So cool.
Nice.
Thank you for the congratulations on my book. It's doing well, and I have some big future plans for my book, possibly a film day. There's no one that I'm rooting for more than you. You're one of the best human beings on the planet. And so, yeah, do me a favor, PLD, can you get or somebody, I guess, drop a link for your book. I'll post it in the chat right now, or post your link in the book, and then post your link in the book. Post your book in the link or in the chat. Do it. Ryan saw Motu. Only 4 people in there. Action and Skeletor were great, but dialogue and humor wasn't great. I'm with you. Happy you adopted my Ron H. Busey connection. Yes, thank you for doing that. That it's perfect.
I was going to say, by the way, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
About Masters of the Universe. I don't know if I said this earlier. There were like 15 people in that movie versus when I went to go see Scary Movie, it was completely full.
Yeah. Sam, what's up, Sam? Sorry for my previous Barbie comment. No, that wasn't you. You didn't say it. That wasn't you that said that. I was doing time codes, so I was behind hearing the full conversation.
The one about me saying that Barbie is a smarter movie than Masters of the Universe and everything else.
Sam, you're the farthest thing from a troll. Sam's great, and she also does all the time codes on the show, but she comes in, she's one of those people too. Like, we'll be doing a one of the exclusive member live streams. She just comes in, she hits with a question, she's out, and it's just like a really solid question conversation. Sam's awesome. So you guys should, so Sam's the best. She's on Discord. You can go and check her out there.
Nice.
Ron H, I want to watch Obsession with someone. Oh, sorry, look at that, I messed it up, Ron. I messed it up. I want to watch Obsession with someone that's not Bubba. I got to know right now, Bubba, not enough. Oh, well, we'll watch it later. And with Bubba, threesome. Perfect. Unheard, Sirens Incorporated, Ron H. I can't afford too many super chats today. Proceeds to send 20.
That was Bubba talking.
Yeah, Ron, how did you run in your next super chat? If you do throw one in there, how did you find us? Have you always, because you're a newer fan because you didn't know about the Schmoedown and other stuff too. I'm curious, how did you discover us? I always like to find that out. Paige, do you all think that 80s nostalgia is getting worn out? It's time to do something else, but I want a Static Shock live action. No, I don't. My thing is anything can work, and I know it's kind of cliche to say anything can work if it's written well. Tone is right. It doesn't matter the tone. You can make a Western, you can make a musical, you can make anything, but it's not easy. It's like George Carlin's, it's funny thing. Anything can be funny, but not everyone can make it funny.
Which is 100% fair, and I agree with that. But I actually do think that this 80s nostalgia thing is worn out, because we're talking about a scenario where I remember growing up how like 80s parties all the time. And we're now at a stage where the 80s were 40 plus years ago, and so like the main time to hit some of that nostalgia stuff actually is the 90s. I think there needs to be a shift into, if you're going to nostalgia bait the 90s a little bit more, to be honest with you.
Like I said though, I don't think it's just a matter of one genre. I really think it's a matter of how you do it. I still think you can do an 80s time period, you can do a 60s time period, you can do a 90s time period. You just got to have the right writers.
No, for sure. I think there's plenty of like things and IP, if you want to keep mining that, I think it's time to move into the 90s and to focus on that a little bit is all. Because you also are trying to catch people that remember it. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. So
Joseph Ashley, we get Best of Big Balls on his birthday, Tuesday, June 16th. If you remind me, Joseph Ashley knows more about big balls than I do.
He draws a lot of big balls.
He draws them, and they're great. I've been doing for the Star Wars thing, for the Lucasfilm intros, like I go, and Sam loved it. I don't know. I know that Joseph, I know you just do the pictures of it, but I'd love to get like an animation of him doing that, of him actually, because if we can get an animation of him actually singing because I do it on every one of the Andor ones with Big Ball's voice, and I want to just do him dancing around with his freaking balls flapping around. Let's see, Johnny. My problem with Star Wars is it now feels soulless. Agreed. Agree with you. Ron H. Springsteams should only go to OnlyFans. Why not? They get that money direct. F middlemen. Whatever you think about OnlyFans, peeps get paid. It's true. R.I.P. Anthony Head. Who's that? Who's Anthony Head? Is that new? What is that? Who's Anthony Head? Who is
probably
that? No, he's from Buffy and Ted Lasso.
Oh,
he just
Ted
passed away
Lasso?
at 72. Yeah, he was in Star Wars. Oh, Star was. Never mind. He was 72 years old. Shoot, man.
Oh, I know him from Buffy. I don't remember him in Ted Lasso, but he was the writer, I think.
Okay.
The one, maybe no, but I definitely remember him from Buffy. He was like their mentor.
That's 72. That's young. Jacob Tizano. What do you think makes more money? Spider-Man or Toy Story? Keep in mind, Spider-Man has no competition, while Story has Minions, Moana, and Spider-Man itself in the weeks to follow. I'm going to give the slight edge to Spider-Man, but I would not be surprised if Toy Story winds up. To me, I'm not going take it to the bank. 100% gonna. There's no way that Toy Story could win. Toy Story could, but I think Spider-Man will win. I think it'll be 1.8 for Spider-Man, 1.7, 1.8, and about 1.5 for Toy Story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Johnny, there are New York comedians and Knicks fans. Oh, they are New York comedians and Knicks fans. The podcasters.
Cool.
Gopal. Ron was talking about Anthony who played Giles on Buffy and just passed. Gone too soon. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's too young. Jacob snagged my opening weekend tickets for Odyssey 70 millimeter. Can't wait. This will be one of those unforgettable movie experiences. I feel I'm with you. Yep. Ron, Kristian, go on Conan O'Brien. Dude always needs friends. Yeah, sure. It's just again, that's my mom and Sandra Bullock. You should give Sandra Bullock a call when you get to Los Angeles. You guys would get along. Thanks, man. Ron H. GTA stealing all your hype. Fools, the lots of you. Ha ha ha. Better just talking with Bubba and his kin. Yeah. Derek Johnson. Damn right, Ron H. Support.
Hey, DJ.
The real Kevin Smets. One more Smets game for you, Winston. Would you rather the Cowboys win one Super Bowl in the next 3 years or the Mavericks win 2 NBA titles in the next 15? That's a great question. The Dodgers.
No, this guy suck my dick. I would say the Super Bowl. I'd say the Super Bowl.
Good luck on that.
But I'm just still mad at the Mavs, man. That shit is infuriating.
Ron H. Doomsday might be literal doomsday for Marvel. I don't think so. I really don't. Derek, I'm excited for this movie by any means with Yahya and Wahlberg. Yeah, I heard the trailer is pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. It's, you know the premise?
No.
It's Yahya's an FBI agent trying to put a stop to like the Klan and like other racists, and so he taps Mark Wahlberg, who's a mafioso, and so it's just this dude that they just go to deal with Klan members and racists. It actually looks amazing because Mark Wahlberg is just going full tilt.
Okay. Is it a drama?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a drama. Yeah.
Okay, good. Ron H. Cooley. Yeah, man. Make it all happen. Real Kevin Smets. The more appropriate pressure question now that Mando failed. More pressure. Doomsday or Starfighter? Now that's a good question. That's a good question. That is a great question. I'm gonna. I think.
I still think it's Doomsday.
I think it's Starfighter.
I think it's Doomsday because of the other main thing that you pointed out. Starfighter's budget is not even remotely close to Doomsday. Doomsday,
it's still 200 million plus.
It is, but it's Doomsday at around 600 right now.
It's something crazy. But the Avengers carries a name, right? Along what you could make the argument for with all the past arguments we made for Doomsday. Avengers carries a name that's a popular kind of IP in general, and you got Downey back, you got Chris Evans back. You've got pressure with it, but you've got a lot of cushion. And the fact that you do have another movie coming out, and even if now the chances of it bombing are slim to none, Doomsday, right? You have more of an opportunity, but it's just not going to make its budget back because it costs so much to make. But if it still makes us enough, they're not going to cancel Secret Wars. They're still going to go forward with Secret Wars, even if it just breaks even. They're still going to go forward with it. If Starfighter fails in the way that Mando fails, they have to. They got to blow the whole thing up because nobody will care. Like, I still think that there's some people make arguments that it's already dead and that it's already gone and nobody cares. And I still say you got to judge it on Starfighter because Mando and Grogu has damaged the brand even more so than it was beforehand. The movie has damaged the brand even more so. Not by people who saw the movie. Well, I liked it, sure, but it ate shit in the box office, and that's a big thing. Some people go, "Well, who cares about the box office?" You got to care about the box office. They want people to keep making more movies.
The same thing you've said multiple times. It is show business.
If it doesn't do well in the box office, if it doesn't do well in the box office, then you're not going to get another movie. So you have to pay. If you're a Star Wars fan, you have to pay attention to the box office. And so the next one that's going to happen is going to be Starfighter, and there's more pressure on Starfighter for sure. Jacob Tisano became a member. Thank you, Jacob. Good time to be a member. We got that live stream coming up this month too. We have unedited reactions, all of Invincible, all of Andor, tons of stuff. The only ones for Andor, I'm just getting people to know now too. We had that. The reason why we didn't get the Wonder Woman non-edited is because there was a freaking sound. If you watch the editing on that one, the sound's all messed up because for some reason when we were recording the episode, all of the sound from the movie still recorded. I don't know what happened. It was the same day we shot episodes. I think it was 5 and 6 of Andor. Like episode 4 of Andor is fine, but 5 and 6 are going to have, you won't have the unedited for sure. So just so anybody knows, the rest of it, you should have a bunch of unedited stuff. Live daily Wednesdays and Fridays are a blast. Have a good Futog Hami Who weekend. Thank you so much.
Futog? Hami? Who?
Walker told me I have AIDS.
Peace.
Ron with a big one. By any means, looks so Ron H approved. And where is Furious? No screening near me. I just got my screening for that. Folk. Found you on my own through Campia in sessions with the vape. I'm just glad I'm here now. Let's fucking go, Harloff. Still, read better. That's fair. I will. I'm glad you found us, Ron. You really are become like the superstar of this channel, even more so than Sam and myself. Thank you so much.
Oh, Jesus.
There he is, DJ coming in hot. Definitely going to disagree with Winston on if Doomsday fails. The brand has cemented young fans for over a decade. They still haven't dropped their A teams yet. This franchise may take a hit, but it won't die.
I'm totally understand your opinion on that, DJ. I still stand by $600 million budget. The MCU has been on such rocky ground recently, and this is their major attempt to try and get stuff because even the movies they thought were like going to be gangbusters as far as like Fantastic Four and that they could really do something with Thunderbolts, they didn't really get the sure footing. I think things are so uneven right now, and they were put this pressure of, we're bringing you back Robert Downey Jr. We're bringing you back Chris Evans. If it don't blow, that's not good.
But it's already. I mean, from what everyone says about the actual trailer, and if the trailer hits, there's just a lot more excitement already building up for it, you know.
Mhm.
So, all right, let's see. Let's get to right now, Winston. Again, look, dude, you got 110 questions, which is great. It's great.
Nice.
But
Hell
again,
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to beat Kevin Smets. He had some big
Yeah.
donations on DJ and some other peeps that day, but you never know. Go, pal. Tony Head was the owner's ex-husband on Lasso. Okay, I never watched. I watched like one episode of that show.
I remember now what they're talking about. He played the dick husband very well in that.
I'm writing Conan. Be prepared, Christian. Hey, listen, I love that. Maddie B. Henry Cavill has been cast alongside Kevin Hart in McGee's new action comedy for Netflix. The film follows two rival spies who find themselves in a prenatal class while their wives become friends.
That actually sounds pretty funny.
Look, you know what's funny? It's amazing how like you can change when this is kind of the thing where when you know people, you meet people, your opinions could actually change also about their movies and other things too, right? Like I'm not really a big, and I still necessarily not a big creative fan of McGee. He's a wonderful human being. I have met him a few times, and I remember when I was working for Peter Roth, we were talking when I was the assistant there, and it was when I was temping, whatever. And he was like, "Oh, come watch my Terminator movie, and I'm doing this, and you should watch it. You should." And he just invited me and Riley, and we went. I didn't love the movie, but I liked him. And then he came in for an interview. We talked Collider Live and everything too. Great guy. So I root for him. I don't know the last thing I'd love to his, but I root for him.
I think because I just quickly pulled up his stuff. I mean I like they're campy, but I liked his Charlie's Angels films that he started off with, and then I was a fan of the Babysitter movies that he did, but the rest of these I don't think I've seen really any of them.
I don't know the Babysitter. You know, there was one that he did. I think he did this one. Did he do the one with Reese Witherspoon and Tom Hardy? And I forget who the guy.
Oh yeah, it was This Means War.
I liked that movie.
I never saw it. It was Chris Pine, Reese Witherspoon, and Tom Hardy.
Yeah, nobody saw the movie, but I liked that movie. We saw it when it was Schmoes, and I remember liking that movie.
Funny you mentioned Spy versus Spy because that's what that is. Two spies, I guess, fighting over Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's see. Next one after that is Nathan Drake. Couple left here. Do you think a more serious Motu would have turned out like 2017 Power Rangers? Fans didn't love it, and casuals didn't show up. I don't necessarily think that even if they would have done it the right way, even it would have been great. I don't think it would help the box office. I unfortunately think that, and I don't just whether I was involved in it or not. When we were developing in 2007, that's when it should have been made. It was 20 years removed, and the fans of that franchise in the 80s were still only in their 20s and 30s.
Right. And that was the only thing I meant by I think that it is time to just move up a decade. It doesn't mean you can't still do 80s films and all the other stuff that you mentioned. I just think this is the prime time to strike while the iron's hot for millennials that grew up in the 90s to try and get that. And it's close enough that even kids that are a little bit like the older of the Gen Z that maybe knew some of that would also get that reference and pull other people in. I just think that you got to see that we've just moved forward in time is all.
I think you could have done a streaming show in a more serious way and done the Cobra Kai model. I know Cobra Kai had a lot of humor in it, but that's not what I meant. With the way you could do a TV show with the Masters is do a serious kind of show, fantasy show, 7-8 episodes or whatever it might be, and combine young stars, young people inside of it to play certain roles or whatever it might be, maybe even He-Man and Tila, whoever it is, and then cast some older people to be in the actual man-at-arms roles and those type of things, and turn it into a more serious kind of epic show. Yeah, you could have done that for sure. I just don't know if He-Man in the movie theater, as much as I wanted to see it, I don't. So I might have been 20 years too late. Let's see. Okay. Ron H. The Flicks has to big screen more films, leaving cash on the table, like Robert Ma Burnett says. Stupid. Just stupid. They have clowns running the show. What's the Flicks? The Flicks?
I guess Netflix?
No, maybe. Oh, yeah. Yes. I think so. Yeah. Derek, I'll dinge Marvel on this. They had the best opportunity to jump into horror with Doctor Strange. Agreed. Moon Knight. Agreed. Werewolf by Night and create an entire side to the MCU. I feel like that's a huge ball job. I'm going to agree with you, except I'll take out Werewolf by Night because I think that they handled that excellent. The way that they handled it, there were some scary elements, and they was going to homage to the old school. I think and Moon Knight was pretty creepy at times, and I still stand by. Was there 6 episodes? If there were 6 episodes, the 5th episode of Moon Knight is one of the best episodes of Marvel television ever.
The one in his mind.
Yes, and then they follow it up with just a stinker of a season finale.
Yeah.
And that kind of just ruined the whole thing. But I liked that series a lot, actually. But yes, they could have made it way creepier. And Doctor Strange is another one that I thought that's what essentially when Derrickson was involved, that's what they were going to do. And then it just became a Sam Raimi movie. But I agree with a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Go, pal. I thought we didn't mess with McGee anymore. Why not?
We don't.
Oh, I think you're thinking of Brett Ratner.
Oh,
he's thinking of Brett Ratner.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with McGee? Is McGee was?
I don't know. I don't know if I have no idea.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think he's thinking of Brett Ratner. Is there?
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing on McGee. I think he's thinking of Ratner. You let me know if you are or you're not. I don't want to speak for you, but last one for now. Paige, highly unlikely, but if Doom fails, is X-Men going to be not Feige's vision? It's going to be a studio mess. They're probably going to get more involved in it. Yes. I don't think there's a world where either one of those movies does bad. I just don't. I can't imagine it. Yeah, I just can't. Especially if Doomsday does well.
If you're so, my question is: are you talking about purely does well box office wise, or does well like as a movie? It's a well made movie.
I think what's gonna with you were saying before with business. Disney, if it does really, even if it's a great movie and it doesn't do well in box office, they're going to go, we're getting more involved. But if it's a bad movie and there's a lot of box office, they still have the power to say, get out of the way. We did fine.
Yeah, because the only reason why I asked that question is just from the standpoint of like people, again, looking back at Fantastic Four and just being like, you know what I mean? Like they, maybe in the moment they're like, that's pretty good. But like in retrospect, people have just been like, it's fine.
It's true.
I don't think they can afford that. I don't think they can afford a bad box office show. Right. I don't think they can afford it's fine.
They have to go right. It's got to be significantly better than Fantastic Four. And that's from someone who really liked Fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but it's got to be great. It's got to be great. And the Russo brothers inside of Marvel have not missed.
Yeah. But 100%.
Bat in 1,000.
Yeah. So that's why I certainly put some stock and faith into them. This just all still feels the way that they brought everybody back and put everything into it. Not that we weren't expecting the build up eventually and things like that. There feels like an air of desperation that we have to right the ship, and they're doing it in the biggest way possible. That's part of where I think that fear kicks in.
Last one. Appropriately so. Ron H. I'm off. There's enough shiz in the world. Don't add to it. Be good. Fook bad. Well, not that way. You know what I mean, okay? Okay. Bubba's looking at you. I think that's perfect. Ron H. taking us out, at least for now. Winston, where can the good people?
You can find me at the Swaggy Blurred on all platforms, man. I have up my Scary Movie and Masters of the Universe out of the theater reaction, so check those out. You can also see me on Spill the Tequila on Rocha's channel on Tuesdays. Blurs in the Hood, we are live every Wednesday, and we have launched our Patreon. Go and check out those tiers, man. We got some awesome stuff that we're offering there. We also have my brain is shooting. I'm here every Friday. That's pretty much everything, man. So check all that stuff out.
A couple left. We did that one. Sorry. And then Go Pal. I think you're right. Probably was Ratner. Yeah. And then Ron H is like, nope, you're not taking the last one. That's me. Fuka, Hammy, you know the rest.
Futak? Hammy? You?
I love the pause that he takes before he decides to scream who. Yeah, it's like he Futak and Hami, he like gets out quick.
Futak? Hammy? You?
He really delivers on that who.
He really does.
Yeah.
He really, really does.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for a great week. And again, I'm sorry I missed yesterday. I will be back next Thursday with Kris Carr. There's a possibility that both Winston and I won't be here on Friday. I'll know a little bit more during the week. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe. Up. Look at this. Maybe Ron H isn't the last one. DJ, not to be overshadowed. I think there is a huge difference between Flash pigeonholing Batman in movie and what MCU is doing. I feel like the Flash was desperation, and the MCU is just storytelling that involves characters we like. And this is coming. DJ is a DCU guy, but DC guy. Sorry, the DC guy. So he's just been rooting for DC to get back on track. So I hear what he's saying. Look, I'm with you. I think that the biggest point what Winston made is that it's kind of running into a Black Adam situation. Meaning this, Black Adam cost like $250 or $300 million to make, which is a crime. That movie should have cost no more than $100 million to make. Had it cost $100 million and made the money that it made, it would have been a profit, a very big profit.
Mm-hmm.
It lost money or barely broke even. I think it lost money. So because of the amount of money that this movie costs, whether it's $500 or $600 million, whatever it might be, it's got to cross 1.2 billion in order to be successful, in order to break even. Let's say it just has to make $1 billion. Even that is crazy. You're guaranteeing it. Like we're talking about, it couldn't make $1 billion. These other movies, it's got to be a guarantee to do that. So that's a possibility, but quality wise, I think it's going to be there.
Yeah. I
So
hope so. I certainly hope so. I again, you're right. The Russos haven't missed, but I just knowing that there's been back and forth about like you're kind of dropping Kang and all that kind of stuff, and then we're throwing in Doom and what feels.
Are they doing Kang though? We don't know yet. We don't know.
I mean, yes, but I mean the fact that it was the Kang dynasty and then Secret Wars. You fully had one plan. You've had to kind of pivot shift. Like there was just a number of things that have led up to this point. Yep. Including the budget, like that's kind of, I guess, where my mind is coming from. All this, but I'm also
there's a battle going on. There's a battle going on right now. Ron H. Oh no, DJ, I'm still here. That's what she says, and then Ron H. follows it up. Boom, dick drop, kabash, fools. Derek Johnson says, I'm in desperate need of a good DCU film that makes me feel what Iron Man 1 made me feel. DC has such a rich and good storytelling that's just left on the table. And Derek's been saying that for quite a while. You know, he wants to make sure that he hasn't been on board yet all the way with DCU, and he's hoping for it. He's a DC guy. So he's hoping.
Respect. I get it.
Joshua Gonzalez comes in. I got my friend into watching Schmoedown. He likes wrestling and movies, so I'll send him the Vault channel once it's back up. Have a great weekend. That was my goal, Josh, is to get new people involved in it. People were starting to find it and get excited about it again, and then YouTube kicked us in the ball bag.
Yeah.
Ron H. Okay, it's tiny, but I go, and you know that, man. Not the last word, though. Derek Johnson says not the last word.
Yes, fight, you Titans, fight.
At 123, Winston got a shot here. Even Smets is sweating a little bit. Ron H. No, DJ, you win. Not really. You just got the last one in there. So,
shit.
I'll sign off, or I'll try to sign off and see. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate everything. And I'm going to have some non-spoiler reviews up. I'll have a non-spoiler up of Scary Movie. That'll probably come up. I'll do my spoiler review of Masters of the Universe. It'll probably come out this weekend, I think. It's all new news to PLD. So I'll have that stuff kind of coming up. And then, a bunch of podcasts next week. Toy Story. What's the other one? There's now 3. I think Furious I'm going to see also. So it'll be 3 screenings next week. A lot of screenings. Winston, not done yet.
Nope.
It keeps coming. So we got now Michael D getting into the fight and said, not so fast. So then Kevin Smets says, for F's sakes, both of you stop.
Kevin, no, don't stop. Also, why is Kevin working against himself? What is happening?
Yeah, well, he's not working against himself. He's working. He wants him to stop. So that way. Oh, you mean?
But him putting one in helps the problem.
That's why I only put in $2.
But what if I win by $2? I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I still don't know if you have a chance. I mean, Derek was throwing in super bumps. Last word, says Derek Johnson. Sammy is winning here. Ron H says, my card has a knife now. It's great. And then A Soul says the last word. And Derek Johnson says last word.
Mustard.
Well, that one.
Yep, that's the one. Michael D. Okay, I'll stop. And then Sammy, the last one. Okay, we'll see.
I got 128 questions.
Yeah, 133.
133 questions.
133, but 134. You got it.
Yo,
Mr. Universal Boom. Last clap contest going on here. PLD, F it. I'm going old school and unretiring. Okay. DJ, catch up. Thank you. The real Kevin said, damn it. I hadn't thought of it. I'm adult. Again, well, that's what, but Kevin, you're throwing in the $2. So it's gotta, remember, you were getting big ones. So Matty B, last. Unheard of Science Incorporated for the upset.
Oh, God.
Derek Johnson. Oh, the smoke is rising.
Dude, at the bare minimum, if we don't win, it was the journey along the way. You know what I mean?
If we were doing it old school, you would be the winner this week. If we were doing old school, you're 141. You would have been 141 was the most questions that we got this week for sure. All right. Ron H. Bubba, what am I seeing? He follows that up with
Mustard.
Last one. Paige. ID for San Antonio, Alien Nation. What is that?
She's talking about Independence Day. That Wimby, that because they call him the alien, is about to come into New York and go ape shit.
Yeah, I hope not. We'll see. All right,
thank you guys. That's the last word.
No, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks to PLD. Thanks to Luke. Thanks to Jonathan. Thanks to Kev. Thanks to everybody. Michael D. is the last word. It has to be Sarah J. Perfect. Although, no, it's not. Michael D. Pants optional. Resurrected for the win. Johnny Patriza. Why the hell not? We're all getting involved now. Look at this.
Bro, I'm the stripper on the pole, dude. My twerk is really going off, baby. Exactly. Just right now. Just
the $2 are adding up like singles at the club. I mean, it's true. Because everybody's trying to be the last one before I sign off. And so Kevin's like sweating and not sweating at the same time because you still got to. I mean, the $2.
Just said another word.
Yeah. My dying words. If it's not me, I'm glad it's you. W. The $2 just that's what used to happen when you used to put the $2 in there. Like they would add up, and people would always. That's why Rocha would literally always win every week because he would get the bigger donations. But everybody had like 87,000 more questions than him. Derek, come get it.
Last word.
A Soul, Ellie Clutch.
Last word.
Ellie Clutch or Sarah J or Penny Barber.
Ellie Clutch.
Penny Barber.
Ellie Clutch.
Penny Barber. Ron H. Dance, baby. Shake that ace. Paige, love to see y'all in my neighborhood. Hilarious. Paige again with the last one. Oh, no,
Sammy again.
Sammy. I'll be damned if it ain't me. They're all trying to win. They're all trying. Nope. Unheard of Sirens Incorporated. Me that. I don't know. Now we're getting to a place that Winston might actually do this. Oh, wow. Okay. Derek, Sarah J. Ron H. My car just stabbed me.
Yo, wait a minute.
Matty B though comes in hot with 20 memberships at the end. That could be it. Nope.
Let's go.
Angela White, yo, says Michael D.
Matty B,
people just putting
all y'all are goated. You're all goated, bro.
Hilarious. Okay, that's Angela White being the last one. Hilarious. Nope. Mike Joy's coming in out of nowhere. 1 out of 69. Wait, I have a good question. 1 out of 69.
Okay. I'll be here for the whole question.
That'll be it. That's so funny. Okay.
You disgust me. Go on.
Wait, hold on. Ron H. Damn it, Matty B. We are trying to end. No one's letting it happen. Everybody wants to be the winner. Ron H. coming in to be the winner here. It looks like that's appropriate. Ron H. will be the last word. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Again, that was very
fucking Haskell.
Haskell Bell. I'm so not getting involved. We just did. DJ. Nobody puts D in a corner. We lay it on the track.
Oh, Derek Johnson.
Semasius. F it. I'll
Bridget.
throw Bridget here. She's pretty hot. Bardot.
I don't know her.
Yeah, she's pretty hot. All right. That's it.
Yo,
Thank you.
all real ones, bro.
Monday, guys. Thanks for being here. You guys rule. Love it. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. So, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. You guys rules. See you guys on the flip side. And bye-bye. Bye-bye.